What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us today. Yet another edition of Throwback Thursday. Jeff, I know you've been enjoying the content as much as I've been enjoying digging through and putting it all up and together.
I'm not gonna lie. I was trepidatious watching this, especially my stuff. I hate watching my stuff, you know that. But it's been interesting to go back and watch it because, as I said, I become less of a dick as the shows go on Talk Wrestling, which is thank God I did because the first show was so bad. But man, you have been like reaching into the vault, man. I almost feel like I want to grab Mickey Mouse on SNL. I'm like, no, protect the content. They didn't sell. So man, such good stuff to watch, and today is no exception, sir.
Yes, thank you once again to Aaron Rift of the NoDQ YouTube channel, James Hebert of the JH95/FTW Productions, Noel Foster from the Simple Man brand, and of course, you, good sir, for the
Yes,
Jeff Meacham Network, for allowing me access to all the content that was previously discussed in private
yes,
amongst all of you guys, because there are limitations about what can and can't be posted, but
yeah. Unfortunately,
especially a big thank you once again to Aaron Rift for allowing me access to the no DQ stuff. That stuff has really helped make the process and the Throwback Thursdays succeed and thrive, I think.
absolutely.
Sit back, relax, everybody, enjoy as we bring to you yet another week of Throwback Thursday content.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Casa D18 Studios. an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from NoDQ.com.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 32 of Talk Wrestling here on the World Wide Web. You're watching us on NoDQ.com or MySpace or YouTube. First, I have a couple things to address before I get started on your questions. First of all, any website-related questions as far as the NoDQ.com side of things is concerned should not go to me. I don't own NoDQ.com. I've never owned NoDQ.com. I've only been a host or talent-related individual. NoDQ.com questions should go to myspace.com/AaronRift, AARONRIFT. He's the owner, he's the webmaster, he's the man behind the camera every week that you see, or you don't see. Aha. You've seen him on XMV before if you watched XMV back in the day, especially getting thrown over China's couch. That was it. That was the highlight of Aaron's career. Anyway, all NoDQ.com questions should go to him. He'll be able to answer whatever you have. Okay? Secondly, I'm going to start a new segment on the show. It's called the Question of the Week. Every week I want to read one question from you people that just makes me have a migraine at the end of the show. Just because it's that stupid and that, like, wow, really, did you actually ask that question? And I've got a juicy one today. So, don't worry, we'll get to it. And let's get to your questions right now. Adam Limbird says his all-time favorite match was Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12 and wants to know what all my all-time favorite match is. You know, there's been so many matches in the last 18, 19 years I've been watching wrestling. My favorite live match, and Aaron will attest to this, was America's Most Wanted versus Triple X back at Turning Point 2004, 6 Sides of Steel. If for no other reason than the infamous tightrope walk of Elix Skipper into a Hurricane Rana on, I believe it was James Storm off the top rope. I don't remember which AMW member it was, but that whole match captivated me. Completely had me enthralled the entire time, and didn't hurt the SoCal Val was grabbing onto my arm the whole time. That was kind of cool too. I'm kidding. Wasn't about Val. She is hot, but it wasn't about Val. It was about the match, and the match was great. The best match I ever saw on pay-per-view or on live TV would probably have to be the original Hell in a Cell match between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. That was great storytelling at its best. Again, captivating the audience, sucking them in, just wondering what the hell is going to happen next, that type of thing. And both of them were at their best there. Just great stuff. This is from Jason Goodall, who's made the biggest impact in wrestling. And he mentions he thinks it's Hogan, but the best technical athlete that's been around is Bret Hart. Well, you're asking me biggest impact, not technical ability. If you want to talk about technical ability, you got Bret Hart, you got Owen Hart, you got Chris Benoit, you got Ric Flair, you got all those guys. But the biggest impact in wrestling really depends who you ask. You know, a lot of people say Hulk Hogan, because of what he did for the industry in the 80s and the 90s. You've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, who made a huge impact in the late 90s and the early part of the 2000s. So it could be either one of those two, or The Rock. You know, he made a tremendous impact on the business during his time with WWF and WWE. If I had to pick just one, I have to say Hogan, because he's the one that really brought wrestling into the mainstream and really transcended the business and made the business what it was, and basically was responsible for a show like this to be around and a show like WrestleMania to have happened and that type of thing. So I'd say Hulk Hogan. This one's from Slim Jim 11 at Comcast.net. Should TNA hire Raven as a booker? I know he has a great mind for the business, and I think that he would. I think he'd be a tremendous booker for TNA or for WWE for that matter. He'd be a great creative writer for Vince. I don't see why TNA let him go. Raven has one of the most innovative and creative minds I've ever witnessed in this business, and many guys that worked with ECW will attest to that. Raven was just so intelligent, and it still is, regarding this industry, and he would be an asset to whatever company he worked for, as a booker, as a writer, whatever you want to call him. He's still a great in-ring talent. He's just, he's getting old. As the wrestlers do, they get old. It happens. But I think that I think he'd be a tremendous talent as a booker, creative writer, whatever you want to call him. Definitely. It's from Darkenmist at AOL.com. Why do you think the stars of yesteryear are bitter or upset over the business that created them? It's really hard to say. You see guys like, he mentions Hogan and Warrior. I don't see Hogan really being bitter about the business at this point. I think Hogan is, very well off as a result of the business, and he embraces it quite frequently. All these comebacks he makes to WWE and everything. But a guy like the Warrior seems very bitter about the business, and loves to complain, loves to bitch about the state of the business and the state of wrestling in general. And you see guys do these shoot interviews with the RF Video or other shoot video companies all the time now, and they just complain and complain and complain. And it's like, you know what? You guys are the ones that didn't save your money. You guys are the ones that didn't, that blew all your money on drugs and alcohol in the 80s when you guys were in your heyday. You guys are the ones that, really fucked up. You read a book like Ted DiBiase's book, which I just finished. It's very, very good, by the way. Go pick it up at your bookstore. Ted DiBiase's book is very well written. He talks about, he had it all, and he let his excesses in the late 80s and early 90s get the better of him, almost cost him his wife and his children. And, he had to repent and, find God again. And, I think that if a lot of these guys found that something to believe in, whether it's God or some other vocation in life, they'd be much better off psychologically and wouldn't be so bitter about the business that, like you said, email, that created them. So, just something to think about. This is from Mike Boyd. Who from today's wrestling will be inducted in the Hall of Fame in 20 years? Guys like John Cena, Batista, MVP, I think, will be in the Hall of Fame. Mr. Kennedy will be in the Hall of Fame. Lita and Trish Stratus, they're not in today's wrestling, but they were around recently. They'll be in the Hall of Fame. The next women inductees, so to speak. Not so to speak, they're the next women inductees. People like Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase should be in the Hall of Fame in the next 20 years, if not way sooner. Mentioned this in a few shows ago. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat should be in the Hall of Fame in the next 20 years. Way sooner than that, but you never know with WWE. Pretty much anybody that has a big name talent. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. Just we're waiting for all these big names. Undertaker will be inducted. Shawn Michaels will be inducted. Triple H will be inducted. Those guys will be definitely inducted in the Hall of Fame. If they're not, there's something seriously wrong. They definitely deserve it. It's from Josh Rose. If you could pick any legend to return for one last run or one last match, who would you pick and why? Well, the obvious answer for me, of course, is Hulk Hogan. I'd love to see him have one more run, but he had his run. He had his comeback run in 2002 and 2003, and even in 2005. Ric Flair had his last run recently at the early part of this year and later part of last year. If he was in ring shape and ready to go, either one of them, I'd pick either Bret Hart or the Macho Man Randy Savage. I'd love to see either one of those guys come back and have one last big run. Not necessarily hold the championship again, but just have a decent run and, be in the spotlight again. Both of them were great. Both of them were tremendous athletes in their time, and both of them made a huge impact on me and my status as a wrestling fan. So I'd love to see either one of them make a comeback, at least for one more match. Ryan, I guess Holen, Holen. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Ryan. Could Ring of Honor compete with WWE and TNA if they had a national TV deal? I believe they could. They have a great niche market there in the Northeast, but I think with the right TV exposure, they could be a tremendous threat to both WWE and TNA. And now with their somewhat steady partnership with the National Wrestling Alliance. They could get the NWA back in the mainstream again after TNA split with them last year. I mean, you had Brett Albright winning the NWA Championship on a Ring of Honor show. Doesn't get any more prolific than that for the Ring of Honor or for the NWA. So it could very well happen if they had a national TV deal. I think it'd be very exciting for the wrestling industry if they had a national TV deal. Pedro Vargas wants to know why Bruno Sammartino isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame. Reason for that is Bruno and Vince McMahon had a falling out during the 80s, and Bruno has been very outspoken ever since about the state of WWE and their steroids or the drug use or whatever has been going on in WWE for the last 20 years. And Bruno has made it very clear that he wants no part of the World Wrestling Entertainment Company, and as a result of that, he won't get inducted in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is a very political organization, despite what the other Hall of Fames in the wrestling will show you. The WWE Hall of Fame is very politically driven, and they pick their own people. It's not like they're voted in like the other Hall of Fames. WWE just picks them off. So I doubt we'll ever see Bruno unless there's a huge change in the winds, so to speak. Alright, it's time for the question of the week. I'm reading his name off because I'm that much of a dickhead. Steve Heredia, Mr. Steve O, as he said on Yahoo Mail. This is his question, verbatim. This is exactly how he wrote it. Do you think the death of Owen Hart had to do with Vince screwing Brett, considering that he didn't want any Hart remaining in WWE at the time? And if so, do you think that it was accidental like the way it was made out to be? Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you actually accusing Vince McMahon of murder? Are you actually accusing the Kemper City riggers of murder? Holy crap. No, it was an accident. It had nothing to do with the Brett screwed Brett or the Vince screwed Brett scenario. Nothing. It was a terrible tragedy that happened to the Hart family and to the WWF family back in '99 when it was still the WWF. It was a horrible thing to have happened. There is no way in anybody's conceivable mind, except yours, P-Brain, that it was anything but an accident. Oh my God. How can you even suggest that they would purposely kill a member of the Hart family to get to Brett? That's terrible. It does happen in the wrestling business. Believe me, I know. Friends get attacked, friends get hurt. But holy crap, murder? By Vince McMahon and his company? Ah! Go away, simple little man. Jamie Grandisane, what do you think of CZW and their feud with Ring of Honor? I've never actually seen CZW. I've read about them in PWI. I've read about them in on the internet, and they seem like they're a pretty interesting organization. They kind of followed in the hardcore footsteps of ECW and kind of stepped it up a notch in terms of the ultra-violence. Their feud with Ring of Honor definitely helped to establish them as a credible fed, because Ring of Honor was and is the top indie fed in the country right now. So, you know, to see two companies on the East Coast feud over their territory was very innovative for indie wrestling. You saw that in WWE, WCW, and the Monday Night Wars. We really didn't see it in the indie circuit too much, and now and then you did between these two companies, and it was really well written, very well done from what I read. And you know, I'd love to see tapes. I'd love to see videos of it. That'd be cool to see how the feud progressed and how the feud developed originally and that type of thing. All the people that jumped over back and forth and that type of thing. It'd be cool to see. That's it for Talk Wrestling this week. You know what? I'm not even going to have a question next week. I'm still going to have a headache from this one. I guarantee it. So no question next week. Just stay tuned for the next show, and we'll see you next time.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from the Casa D18 Studios.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this installment of the Renegade of Wrestling. I am your host, JJ Williams. Thank you for all the positive feedback on the Halloween episode that me and Statboy did. Thank you for all the positive feedback that we got on Jeff and Jade's episode. All the negative comments we take with stride. Yes, Halloween movies have nothing to do with wrestling, but you know what? It was freaking Halloween. Deal with it. I'm back, and I'm going to bring you a little bit of indie wrestling information, news results. I'm going to bring you a little bit of mainstream news results. I know, right? It's a shock. First thing I want to talk about is the Long Beach Comic-Con, Mach 1 Wrestling's Wrath-A-Con 3. Awesome show from start to finish. Couple surprises. I'm not going to go through every match on the card, obviously, because that'll take forever. But I do want to touch on, real quickly, the number one contendership to the Mach 1 tag titles was established. We had Leo Blaze and Josh Rose defeat Dynamico and Todd Chandler, Anchors Away, and Ridiculously Big to become the number one contenders to the Tag Team Championship. You also had Jarek Matthews defeat Kyle Webb to retain his Mach 1 Heavyweight Championship. And then the post-match beatdown, you had Big Nasty Eric Watts finally do his heel turn that we at Mach 1 have been waiting for a minute to see happen. We all thought it was going to happen a couple months ago at Center City Slam 2, but they kept us waiting for it a little bit more, and it ended up being a big payoff as we saw. Just tossed my thing. Kyle Webb, Sean Ricker, and Eric Watts get beaten by Nick Madrid, Jarek Matthews, and Willie Mack in a special bonus main event match. Really good stuff. That brings me, if you will, no, I'm not completely stripping y'all. You don't have to adjust your TV set. Bam! The outfit I wore for Halloween night. Wiggly, 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 whack. Y'all know where that's from. Battleground Pro Wrestling's Pinky's Playhouse. This show was either going to be the greatest show ever conceived, or it was going to be a clusterfuck from start to finish. And I definitely have got to say I think it was both. Battleground Pro Wrestling pulled no punches, twists, turns, surprises, costumes, the whole nine. This I am going to go through more or less match for match because there was so much special stuff happening since it was their Halloween show that I have to touch on it all. You had Pinky's Wheel of Nightmares, which had a bunch of different choices on it. Could kind of compare it to a Raw Roulette, but it was gimmicks. And we saw Sub-Zero, portrayed by Jeremy Yeager, defeat Kitty Cat, portrayed by Thunder Kitty. Awesome match. Personally, I think Thunder Kitty should have whooped that ass, but be that as it may, Sub-Zero did the whole freeze uppercut combination like in the video games to defeat Thunder Kitty in a very fun match. Then you had Spider-Man, portrayed by our homeboy Chris Cadillac, defeating a Ninja Turtle portrayed by Ryan Kidd. Actually, there was no defeat. That contest actually went to a no contest because the Derevko brothers, Alexis, who was portraying the Big Boss Man, and Sasha, who was portraying Prawn Cena, with crab fins and everything, lobster fins, going, "You can't see me." Coming out to basic thugonomics of all things too. The Big Boss Man knockoff was coming out to the old school Boss Man Hard Time song, so definitely had us marking out for the heels with that right there, because that's back when we actually liked those characters. Then you had Diesel, portrayed by Sheik Khan Abadi, defeating Death the Road, Levi Shapiro, one half of Circumsexy. Again, just another really fun, no real repercussions or ramifications, just 3 really good comedy, gimmicky matches. Then you got into the serious shit. And the serious shit was a tag team gauntlet match for the Battleground straps, which were currently being held by the Fugitives. The Fugitives were one of the first 2 teams into the ring, and they defeated the Revolution. Then the Suburban Commandos came out and defeated the Fugitives, so right there we already had new tag team champions. It was just a matter of how long were the Commandos going to hold on to it, and who was going to end up at the end of the night as the last team standing. The brothers Derevko, who I talked about earlier, Prawn, Cena, and Bossman, came out, and they got beat by the Commandos. Then here came Circumsexy. Circumsexy was able to knock off the Commandos thanks to a little bit of help from the Derevko brothers. Black Knights came in, my boys, my team, Sean and Sam. They knocked off Circumsexy, but ultimately, at the end of the night, they fell short to the Silverheart Radicals. And your new Battleground Tag Team Champions are the Silverheart Radicals, the team of Ray Rosas and Lucha Machine. Now, of course, this match was not without its costumes in of itself. Levi Shapiro, who had played Dusty earlier in the night, was Spike Dudley in this match. His tag team partner, the Riv, was Undertaker. Sean Black from the Black Knights was dressed up like Dr. Cliff Huxtable. Lucha Machine was Matt Hardy version 1, complete with the dial-up music and everything. And then Ray Rosas was Joey Chaos, complete with his 5-to-1 entrance theme. You're probably seeing the smile on my face and wondering what the hell has got me laughing so much. When these matches get put on YouTube, I'm going to have to share them with you, because this show was so fun. I actually talked to one of the founders of the company, the guys that run it, and said, dude, you really need to consider putting this on DVD. It was just too much fun. Went to intermission, and Spider-Man and the Ninja Turtle teamed up to fight Anchors Away in a losing effort. That kind of sucked. But it is what it is. Then, the only other title match, and it wasn't even for the Battleground Championship, the West Coast Wrestling Company Heavyweight Championship was on the line, as champion Joey Ryan defended successfully against Vintage Dragon. I had never seen Vintage Dragon before, but I was definitely impressed by some of the stuff that he offered. Joey, of course, is a SoCal legend. Anybody out here in SoCal, hell, worldwide, should know who Joey Ryan is, because he's been Ring of Honor, NWA Tag Team Champion with Machine Gun Anderson, WWE Jobber, You name it, he's been there. And then your main event was a Survivor Series style elimination match with Team Babyface versus Team Heel. Team Babyface was Mikey Callahan, Extreme Loco, The Unknown Soldier, and Tito Escondido, taking on the Battleground Heavyweight Champion Rico Dynamite, Tank Alvarez, Pinky, and Robbie Phoenix. This match was one of the few times that me or Jeff can remember where Team Babyface just dominated the entire elimination match. Like the last one I think that I can remember, and Statboy, if you're watching, leave this on a comment if I'm wrong. Other people out there in internet land, the YouTube wrestling community, leave me a message if I'm wrong on this. The last time I can remember Team Babyface completely surviving against Team Heel was the Survivor Series where DX teamed up with the Hardys and CM Punk. I don't remember what year that is. I think it was 06 or 07. But that's the last time I can remember it happening. And as with the other matches, Tank Alvarado was dressed as Earthquake. Tito Escondido was looking like Tom Cruise straight out of Risky Business. Extreme Loco was Road Warrior Loco. And then our boy, quite possibly the best big man in indie wrestling right now, Mikey Callahan, was Bam Bam Mikey. That brings me to the end of my independent wrestling for right now. Next up on the agenda, I'm going to talk a little bit about Monday Night Raw. Because the Muppets took over Raw. And anybody that knows me out there, like truly knows me, the real me, not the guy you see on your little YouTube screens every week. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a huge Muppet mark. I'm a Muppet mark almost as much as Hornswoggle, except I don't have Muppet tattoos. But I did give Hornswoggle a pair of Muppet shoelaces this past year at SummerSlam Access that I was hoping he was going to wear in his Air Swags, but alas, they were not in there when he was finally shown backstage. I like the way Rock teased that he wasn't, but then did agree to team with John Cena. I think the way he played that was good because most of us don't want to see The Rock team with John Cena. I don't have as much hatred for The Rock as Jeff does, but I do think at the end of the day he's taking a payday away from CM Punk, from Triple H, from any other guy that's on the roster in a babyface role that could be used in that match. Hell, you got John Morrison jobbing his ass off, teamed with Cena overseas this week in a match against Miz and R-Truth, where Mick Foley came out and refereed it in Dublin, Ireland. Why not make that the match at Survivor Series? You had Alberto Del Rio send Ricardo Rodriguez in to get Punk disqualified against his match with Mark Henry, where the stipulation was if Punk won, he'd get a shot at Alberto. Thought that was a little bit cheap because your World Heavyweight Champion had to win via disqualification. I mean, he is the world's strongest man. I thought that just made the champion look really weak. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. And then we got our first Muppet segment. Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy talking with Vicky Guerrero and Jack Swagger, and then Santino Marella comes in. Very funny bit in my opinion. I think it could have done without the Santino part of it. Just had it be Kermit and Piggy and Vicky and Swagger, but it was funny, it was entertaining. And I've gotten through a very reliable source that the Disney Corporation had their hands all in the cookie jar in Raw because the Muppets is their intellectual property. So that is actually the reason why the Michael Cole challenge didn't happen. Is because they didn't want that to happen on a show that Disney and the Muppets were involved in. So they stretched some of the Muppet segments out, pushed that to the back burner. And you had a Divas Battle Royal. Is it just me, or did Kelly look like she emailed Trish Stratus, borrowed her ring gear from 2003, and added a pirate sword to it, to be a pirate? I didn't see a pirate. I saw Trish Stratus. Everybody in this house in Casa D18 saw Kelly trying to be Trish Stratus. Then you had Caitlyn as Dog the Bounty Hunter. That was funny. You had AJ as Katana from Mortal Kombat. That was funny. You had the Bellas as Mario and Luigi. That was funny. Is it just me, or did all the heel costumes seem like the best ones? And then, of course, Eve had to go and win. Get her shot at Beth. Probably at Survivor Series again. Does anybody really care about Eve right now? I know there's a lot of Eve fans out there. You know, the same people that kiss their dog tags and salute are probably also Eve fans. But I would much rather see Beth and Natty winning on a regular basis instead of, once again, WWE making them look weak by having Natalya job week in and week out to Alicia Fox, you know, or somebody along those lines. They're totally killing the Sisters of Salvation gimmick that they're trying to run with by constantly making your champions look weak. And WWE is doing this with all their champions right now. It's really starting to aggravate me. You got Randy Orton beating Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton beating Dolph Ziggler. You've got Mark Henry getting a DQ victory. You had Alberto Del Rio get knocked out later on in the night by the Big Show. You've got one half of your tag team champions getting suspended for a wellness violation. And then you've got your Divas champion and her sidekick getting jobbed out on a regular basis. Whatever happened to strong champions? Maybe that's something Jeff and Jade can do on RSI, is strong champions. After the Battle Royal, we had a Muppet Labs presentation with Dr. Bunsen, Honeydew, and Beaker. And although the segment with Beaker didn't quite go the way I had envisioned it, Sheamus was involved nonetheless. Talking to Beaker as if they were family. Telling him to tell Aunt Teresa that he sends his well wishes. That was funnier than shit. Especially since my girl's name is Teresa. We were cracking up over here. I couldn't believe that all the names out there that could have been pulled out of Sheamus's arse, he pulled Teresa. And then you had Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes defeat Air Boom, with Evan Bourne getting pinned by a wasteland from Barrett. Again, making your champions look weak. Now granted, hindsight 2020, this was probably done because of the suspension. But if this was done because of the suspension, why weren't the belts on the line? Just a little food for thought there. Then you had a Statler and Waldorf segment, which we all thought they were going to do commentary during the Cole JR match. But true to Statler and Waldorf form, they were up in the balcony watching down upon everybody. And then we cut to John Laurinaitis and CM Punk backstage. Now, unfortunately, John Laurinaitis could not be in the studio with us tonight. I think he's still overseas in Europe trying to make sure that everything goes smooth over there. Which brings us to Alberto and Big Show, and I already touched on that. Big Show KOing Alberto, the WWE Champion, making him look weak. So your contenders now look really strong. But your champions look horrible. And then Punk comes out and gets his match, because in that Punk Laurinaitis segment, Laurinaitis had told Punk that if you can get Alberto to agree, you've got your match. So an old move came back into the forefront that I like to call the Anaconda Vice, and I was kind of looking forward to seeing that. As a matter of fact, earlier in the night against Henry, I had suggested to Jeff that Punk use the Vice to make Mark Henry tap out. Now, while that didn't happen, it still came back on the same show. So, maybe a little bit of foreshadowing. Maybe you should call me Renegade Adamus or something, since I was able to foresee the future. Then we cut backstage to another Muppet segment with Fozzie, my favorite, Gonzo the Great, Vicky Swagger, and this time Dolph joins in the festivities, where Gonzo gets stretched worse than a Stu Hart victim. I don't even know where to go with some of these here, because everything that followed that was just kind of weak to me, for the most part. You had Animal as the guest timekeeper, because he's the drummer, so he was ringing the bell, for Swagger with Vicky against Santino. And Beaker finally being able to deliver the concoction that Dr. Bunsen Honeydew made to Santino, which allowed Santino to get the victory over the former World Heavyweight Champion, Jack Swagger. And then you had Ryder beat Dolph not once, but twice, since the first time there was a rope break that didn't go noticed. So once again, your U.S. champion's getting pinned on TV. It's like, I love the fact that the Muppets were a part of this Raw, but your champions looked like garbage on TV this week. Just throwing that out there, WWE. Vince, Laurinaitis, Trips, whichever one of y'all is in charge of that, Michael Hayes, whoever it is. Seriously? Every champion pretty much lost. Beth didn't wrestle, and Cody's team won, but Cody didn't get the pin. Then we found out that Kevin Nash was rehired by John Laurinaitis. They're speculating online that due to the 6 weeks Triple H is going to be out, the Nash Triple H meeting will finally take place at TLC. Don't want to see their two decrepit old asses in a ladder match. I really don't want to see Kevin Nash botch another powerbomb on Trips through a table. So are we going to have a chair match between the two of these? Really? How about we have a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match? Hey, wrong company, sorry. Then we had John Morrison backstage flirting with Miss Piggy. Morrison not wanting any of Piggy's advances, so he puts Hornswoggle in. Hornswoggle, of course, shows off his Muppet tattoos, which Piggy kind of coos at. Piggy seemed about as interested in the Muppet tattoos as Hornswoggle did at the laces I gave him at SummerSlam. And then Kermit comes in, and then in the best interaction with the Muppet all night, Cody Rhodes comes in and paper bags Kermit. Again, I love the Muppets, but paper bag on Kermit the Frog was kind of funny. Then you had Miz versus John Cena, where John Cena, of course, despite the interference by Ghostface, R-Truth, still manages to beat The Miz because he is Super Cena. And despite what the WWE thinks, John Cena beating The Miz is not Statboy approved. However, this show is. I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Hello pals, Alyssa Marino here, and as a friend of Parker Kane Promotions, I am super excited to share the awesomeness that they've got in store for you this November at WrestleCade. You'll be seeing the world-traveling Capital Championship Wrestling Global Fighting Champ Rebecca J. Scott, a rising star who's been featured on Ladies Night Out, MCW, and more, the stunner Emily J., an internationally traveled talent who you've seen on NXT UK and Stardom, Angel of the Ring Zaya Brookside, and NWA World Women's Tag Team Champion Chicago's Sweetheart Missa Kate will also be appearing live. It's all going down WrestleCade weekend in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You can catch these stars brought to you by Parker Kane Promotions on Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And be sure to stick around for Ladies Night Out the following day on Sunday, November 26th. You can get your WrestleCade weekend tickets at WrestleCade.com.
The Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from the Casa D18 Studios.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Welcome to Chicks on Wrestling episode 3. I am your wonderful, talented, lovely host. I know, so obnoxious. We're so obnoxious. I'm Miss Pinky, aka Beth Was Crackin', and this is my girl.
The cripple, Jade Hogan.
I hate the cripple. That's so
I know you do.
disrespectful. That's why you keep saying it, because you know I hate it.
That's my nickname. That's why. Okay, sorry.
I know,
J Rolls. How about that?
Okay, I can live with
That better?
That's better. Want to dedicate the show to Pops Watson, God rest your soul, and also Foots, Willie Mack's dad that passed away this week. Bless you.
I think also we should say for Sam too. Isaac, Sam.
Oh yes.
Whatever you want to call him.
Isaac, Sam Knight. Yeah, that hot chocolate. Yes. Hey, Sugar Pie, we love you, we miss you, and we want you to come back. Only when you're ready.
Exactly.
Just come back soon. I miss you.
Speaking of Sam, Massive.
Yes. The Massive Tribute to Greatness show was amazing.
Oh my god.
That Battle Royal
So
was sick.
awesome.
Yes, it was. The Battle Royal, Mr. Impact. Hey, we got right back. Mr. Impact won the Battle Royal for the American Championship for Massive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Thank you. Stat Boy's not here, but I'm looking
I was
elsewhere
working
for it.
indoors, so I didn't see a lot of it.
Yeah, well, I was actually watching from the back, so. The show was amazing. To get to see Mr. Impact win his first title in Massive was pretty darn cool, if I'd say so. And then you had the semi-main. Oh, I'm sorry, let me go back to Nobodies. I love the Nobodies. I don't care what nobody say. They are amazing.
All
And
of
guess
them, or just Luis and
what? Luis,
Angel.
Freddie, and Angel.
Yeah.
They're amazing. Pinky. Ugh.
Oh
No.
I love you, Pinky.
I love you, Pinky, but you got some mind works going on up in there that even scares me. I mean, hey, to even have Hector Canales in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood to bow at your feet. Wow. Can I get them skills? What's up? Yeah, that's the truth. I love Pinky, but he just got some mind
So what
games
was your
going on.
favorite part of Massive?
My favorite part, besides the 10 bell salute to
Yeah, that
Honor
was
Pops,
really touching.
that was very touching. I'd known Sam for a number of years before he even started wrestling. I never got a chance to meet his dad, but to actually be in that atmosphere when the 10 bells was going on, that brought back some interesting memories for me. That was a good part. My favorite part actually was seeing Sam wrestle his last match, at least for a while. I know you. She loved her Sam. We love you, Sam. You're awesome. But
I'm sad.
I know. I was sad too. But
I'm
you.
gonna miss you.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna cry because I have makeup on. No.
Don't cry. Go mess up the makeup we didn't work 20 minutes on. Do not cry. But you got it. I know. The Battle Royal was hilarious. The Nobodies are awesome. Louise, Chris Crack, and Freddie. Hey, Angel, what's up? And Mr. Impact. He made an impact. I actually enjoyed it. Now,
What about Biggie? And
ridiculous. Ridiculously big was cracking, y'all. To you know who I'm talking about. Y'all a mess.
Y'all
a hot mess.
Stop it.
Y'all need Jesus for shizzle. And stop rubbing your tummy
Right?
bigs all up in Jade's, all up in
All
her
your
grill
titties
and thing.
Belly. I
and
love you, but
not in my face. That's just
not with oil, at least. I
not
don't mind having a teddy bear hug, but
right. Not with
But-
oil and
ew.
gross. Mess up. Ridiculously big. I don't even know how the heck they even won that match. Do you?
Good luck. I don't know.
I guess Pop said, "All right, y'all. The rest of y'all get out the ring." Ridiculously win. Yay! That was.
Because I love them, but they don't exactly usually win their matches. So to see them win the match is actually kind of cool.
Really. Excuse me, Snapple break.
And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Our bad. Just correct us.
Not like I've done my research on you guys, but I've known
Ridiculously
you for a while.
Right. Ridiculously big. I won a couple of matches, but that was pretty darn funny, if I did say so myself.
Sorry,
Please say.
pages.
That I didn't hear it. And the semi-main Sam versus Cody. I loved that match.
That was an amazing match.
Yes, it was. Yes,
It was
it
an
was.
amazing match.
Because actually it was my first
So
time
good.
seeing Sam wrestle. Really?
As long as I know him, I had never seen him wrestle.
How did you even meet him?
Oh my goodness. WrestleMania 21 Access Tour at Universal back in 05.
Oh, wow.
So that's 7 years I've known.
Holy crap.
I've known Sam. I'm sorry, Isaac. I know you as Isaac Boo Boo.
He
said
he loved me, though. I'm happy with that.
Well, he loved me too, so he loved me first. Don't hate.
I wasn't trying to competition. I was just stating the fact that somebody loves me.
Oh.
That's awesome.
What the? I love you.
I'm saying male.
Oh, that's right, male. That love her. Right.
Male wrestler.
Right. That loves her.
Because I have males in the house that love me, but
to
I'm
have
a wrestler.
Right. And Sam is easy on the eyes.
Oh.
Just a bit hairy for my taste. I'm cool.
Right?
Just.
That's the only thing.
Great.
I love you, but shave your back.
No.
Shoulders.
Shave it all.
Back and shoulders, you know.
Legs.
I don't mind the chest.
Chest and the legs. Because that's what.
Fine. That's man.
Yeah, that's his girl. But
the back
and the shoulders. All that shit. And the main event.
He's still gonna kill us for that.
I know. We love you, Sam. Just go and kill us later. Explain Cooter. Oh, I'm sorry. Cooter with that chicken.
I don't even know how you could explain Cooter. He's Cooter.
He's Cooter from
crazy.
Wisconsin or from Chicago, so.
He's crazy.
Apparently he is, and he's shoving cocks on people's behind.
He's
And I meant the chicken of somebody's behind.
My first massive show actually videotaped his match for him.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Were you
scared or traumatized?
No. I was cracking up. I was trying not to crack up in the back of the camera so it wouldn't get
Pick
like
up the
all
sound?
shaky or yeah.
Hilarious, but to see
He's
him
funny.
carry the chicken in the ring and I'm sorry, Loco and I'm sorry for that chicken being up y'all, but that's just not right. That is not right. Cooter shoved the chicken up Loco's behind and
Loco deserves it.
Why does Loco deserve it? What did he do to
Loco
you?
can be an ass.
Yeah, well, so can most men be an ass.
But you're an ass.
Hey, I love you,
Catering.
Loco. Right, but that means he's doing his job, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fucking with me and yeah.
Right, he's doing his job.
He's not fucking me. He's fucking with me.
Oh, wow.
Just clarify that, you know.
And yes, Loco, you are on our show next month, and I got an idea for the shirt.
You and Tyler
and
hopefully
Gina,
Rafe.
yeah, Rafe. We have to have her on the show. Rafe,
Chicks
sweetheart.
on wrestling.
It's chicks on wrestling. We need to have a hot chick besides us.
Oh, yeah.
Rafe, you are publicly invited at any time to come sit with Jade and I and have a talk on camera.
Yeah. And off.
And off. And
anytime.
Yeah, drinks and things. Let's get to Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna SmackDown, but you can go.
No. Well. Let's go to Impact because
Alright.
we can cover WWE with Raw and SmackDown.
All right,
So
that
let's
works.
go. Impact. What the U.S. is going on? What aces and eights? For
I just want to know.
I'm telling you right now. As of last week, we got the back shot of somebody with a baseball cap turned backwards and a biker jacket and loves riding hogs. I do believe the leader of Aces and Eights is none other than Eric freaking Bischoff. Any thoughts on why you think I might think that?
Because the big old dumbo ears.
Exactly, Mundo. There's nobody's
His
ears,
son has the same ears.
but he can be the leader, but Eric Bischoff can be behind it all. And I don't see Gary Bischoff with a hot
Kind of like
with a
Vince and the Corpustre.
Corporate Ministry.
Corporate
Right.
Ministry, thank you.
Taker, my baby daddy, was the leader, my baby daddy, of the Corporate Ministry, but Vince was the mastermind behind it all. So we thought. Until Taker kicked his ass. It was funny. But yes, I honestly think it is Eric Bischoff. Because if anybody remembers last week's episode of Impact, when Hogan was talking to Joe and Anderson about their match, and Garrett Bischoff was around, he's supposed to be a six-man tag, made it into a regular tag team match. The look on Garrett Bischoff's face went from happy, yay, I'm here, to you son of a bitch. I'm going to take you down. And take you out completely. That look scared me. I said,
If you're not the leader of Aces and Eights, we know it turns you on, you sick freak.
I love me some Garrett Bishop.
He gets hot. He is so easy on the eyes. Hey. But I will say this. It's either one of the two or they are working together. Now, the other members of Aces and Eights, none of them are Samoa Joe.
And see, I thought it
was. I know because the other big guy, but you saw him sitting down, not standing up. He's like over 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe.
I actually was going off the neck.
Oh, I see your point on that. Samoa Joe has no neck.
He's got a freaking huge ass neck.
Wah.
Is like tan. I thought it looked.
It might have been him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you, but no. No, I honestly.
Not thinking that Eric Bischoff was tan actually, and has a little bit more of a neck too, but.
Yeah, but I honestly think the leader of Aces and Eights is none other than Eric Bischoff. Now, Eric and Garrett together can be quite sick, and the reason why I say Eric Bischoff. Anybody remember the old WCW days? Who ran that organization? Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and none other than Sting. Sting and Hogan are in Impact, and I think they are riding together again. So, personal opinion. The Knockouts. Every last one of y'all are pissing me off. I'm so sick of Test Mark. I love you, boo-boo. Go back to training and please learn how to wrestle. If you don't know how to wrestle, ask Tara, ask Gail Kim. Even ask ODB.
Wasn't Tara
I love me some ODB.
Wasn't Tara her teacher?
Yes, she was. Then Tara turned on her.
So,
yay!
Go back to your teacher. A little bit more. You're a good wrestler.
Don't get us wrong.
You need to improve.
A lot, because at least Gail Kim went into the WWF and won her first title the same night. Women's title.
I was going to say, because obviously you're good enough, or else they wouldn't have hired you.
I like that one.
They don't hire people that cannot wrestle, period.
I agree.
At least you have to have a little bit of talent and be able to hang with that exercise and all that they put into it.
I agree, but she needs to learn a couple of more key factors, like how to present herself as champion.
I said the same thing about Kelly.
I am so
She needed to freaking work on her skills, but she had some.
Just not a lot.
She didn't have enough, but she did have some.
And the skills she did have was being a blonde bombshell, a skinny broad that can scream. Exactly. No, Maxim cover, but Playboy with China and Sable and Tori. Right. I would say this about Kelly. Boo-boo, we love you, but you so can't wrestle. I'm sorry.
She got released.
Good luck in your future endeavors. I'm sorry. I love the women that can wrestle. The women that I grew up watching.
Like Beth, like Natty.
Sensational Sherry, before she became a manager, she was a kick-ass wrestler in the AWA. China, hello. Awesome Kong, a.k.a. Karma.
Jackie.
Oh, yes. Jazz can kick ass. I would not take a chop from her to save my life.
I've seen those guns.
No chops for this one. No, thank you.
Good. I'll eat bugs before I do a chop from her.
I'd rather go on Fear Factor than that.
That's why.
Exactly.
Bugs.
Yeah, bugs. Fear Factor. I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm actually using my noodle here. But yes, you need to go back to training, girlfriend, and come back and get some skills. Now, on to the men of Impact Wrestling. Mr. Anderson. I still call Kennedy. Hey, sugar, you are looking pretty dang good these days. Looks like Impact has done him some wonders, huh? Oh, she hates him. I'm sorry. Samoa Joe.
I do want an asshole shirt, though.
I thought you were an asshole. Do you need a shirt?
No, I'm a bitch.
Oh, no. Technically, you're the dyke. I'm the bitch.
Yeah, well.
Whatever. Okay, the Astro shirt looks like fun.
But at least we're getting viewers.
And I want to see how many haters we get from this episode. Now, I will say this. My guys, Kurt Angle. I have never seen you look so good. And I don't mean just looks. You are back in action, buddy. I am so proud of you. Please, if possible, 2016 Olympics would be nice if, you want. I'd love to see you win the Olympic gold medal.
I don't think he's going back to the Olympics anymore. I think he's even stated this last time it was just too hard.
Yeah, and he kept getting injured.
Older, and
I know.
So it's harder on his body.
It is, but can a girl dream?
You can dream, but
can
I don't know if
can I just dream that Kurt Angle get another Olympic gold medal with a freaking broken neck?
Sorry if I'm sniffling. I have a cold.
No, it's a sinus infection. I ain't getting it. Now, I will say that AJ Styles, woo, just don't talk. AJ Styles, the one tag team I'm actually looking forward to is actually Kaz and Christopher Daniels. Awesome. I love you, Daniels. You are amazing. He has mind work like Pinky. That's scary. To get Kaz to chop off his hair to the point he's bald, scary.
That is not nice.
That was not cool.
I like his hair.
I love his hair just the way it was.
It was so pretty.
Because he's the best around and stuff. Now, onward to the big bad world of the WWE.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have to.
Damn it.
We don't have a choice. If we're covering wrestling, we're covering WWE too.
I know.
I think we can cover it in 2 sentences. Every last one of you suck.
Oh.
Creative, you suck. Get the storyline. Creative.
Creative because they're not giving them the right tools and storylines or whatever and all that.
Well,
to wrestle like they should be doing.
I agree. Now, what do you think about? And personally, I like Ryback because I like him big and strong.
I was gonna say, hold on.
Huh?
I was gonna say, yes, I know it's like a male soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
But there's too much soap opera to it now.
I agree.
Not enough wrestling to it.
There's too much talking.
Yeah.
I agree.
Too much bullshit.
I agree. Get to the wrestling.
People are not there for, oh, this wrestler is this dating, this wrestler is in anger management, and it's like, no.
Harold. Get to the wrestling, people.
Serious.
Get to the wrestling. I understand you guys want to bring realism into the WWE with the replacement referee who screwed up. We get it. We understand it. But
there's only
damn it.
so much ass and hot abs and stuff that we could talk about.
Yes, Lord.
Before we get bored.
And trust me, I'm bored. I do love the push Ryback is getting. I'm not sure if it's against CM Punk he should be getting it. But at least he's finally getting the push that he deserves. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Ryback, CM Punk, I must go on a little rant myself.
Uh-oh.
CM Punk, Second City Saint right here. Chi-Town represent. You done lost your damn mind. You do not demand respect, Mr. Chicago made CM Punk.
You get it.
You get it by earning it. You have earned the respect of millions around the world before you came to the WWE. Now you want to bitch about people not respecting you?
Although I did respect him a lot more after the pipe bomb.
Well, yeah, everybody respected him.
And that was him bitching.
Yeah.
But it was real and true and
heartfelt.
Exactly.
And now almost over a year later, he gets a DVD coming out Tuesday, Cheap Plug. He's on commemorative cups. He's on programs. He's on a freaking ice cream bar. Yeah.
He bitched and got results.
Yeah, I know the feeling about that. Now, I will finish my rant by saying this. Punk, you've earned the respect of millions, sweetheart, but you don't demand the respect from the rest of us. I respect you to no end, but if you keep demanding it, you'll lose it from me. And that is coming from Chi-Town represent right here. You don't demand it, you earn it. You go in that damn ring and fight John Cena at Hell in a Cell and get it over with. Are you that much of a pussy? Or do you want to step up?
Do you think
step up?
John will be
healthy enough for it? I don't know.
As far as I know, his
elbow is
fucked.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of, if he is not able to do so, he can work around that or find a substitute. Q and Taker.
Who would they?
Q and Taker, last Hell in a Cell match they started off with.
My question.
Hello. Q and Taker, last time they had a Hell in a Cell match, Taker beat that ass. All because CM Punk was talking crap, which is why Hell in a Cell kicked off that year with the World Heavyweight title match. which should have been towards the end, but Punk just ran his mouth, so got his ass whipped by Taker within 20 minutes.
So you really think that Taker would come back for that match?
I honestly think Taker would come back to save the WWE if it need to be. Honestly. Because apparently Cena might not be able to do it. Punk needs a match. Punk needs a match. He wants respect. You go in there against whoever they choose, and I pray to God as Taker so he can take your fucking head off.
I think it might be Randy.
Ooh. Speaking of...
Because he's the other face of WWE.
Correct.
You know?
Okay. I see your
Replace
point.
one face with another face.
A better face.
Oh.
What?
I love you, John.
Cena's nice to look at, but I'm so over this goody two shoes crap. It's like Hulk Hogan before Taker showed up in '90. I'm so sick of it. I've had enough. I've seen enough. Now, speaking of Randy Orton, SmackDown was
fucked up.
Was wrong last night.
That was stupid.
How in the world, Alberto Del Rio of the Water? That's exactly what the hell that means. I'm expecting, I hear voices in my head 2 seconds later, I'm getting what I wish for. Randall Keith Orton walking towards us, but
both
no.
Of us went, oh,
hey, and
damn it.
And what do we get?
A smoke break.
Exactly, which lasted longer than the fucking match. I am pissed off. I believe we walked out when Alberto went up the ropes and hit the pose. That
literally did. He literally did that. I was livid.
The only person clapping is the Renegade of wrestling because he's a freaking heel.
He's an ass.
He's an asshole. We do not condone that at Casa D18 Studios.
Well, give me that look. I'll give it right back.
Yeah. Keep it up, buddy. Kick your ass, too. I don't understand it. Now on the flip side of that,
we love it.
We totally love it.
We love everybody in this house.
But it was funny. I will say this. On the real, I'm sure Randy Orton was probably in the back or at home cracking up laughing.
Yeah, we were actually saying that outside. I was saying Randy's probably just
dying.
Backstage going.
Let's see how many fans we lose behind this. You lost 2. Alberto, don't ever do that again. It's bad enough you took Randy Orton's old pyro. And now you're going to hit the pose?
Oh,
what's next? Yeah. And what's next? You going to, drop down and do the RKO? No.
Right?
Punk, bitch.
Probably end up hurting somebody.
At least Randy Orton's safe in the ring.
Right? I
like
love getting in that ring with him.
Arrest me, please. I do believe 12 rounds reloaded. We'll start Randy Orton. I'll break into a fucking bank and rob that bitch just to have Randy Orton arrest me. What's up? What's
now that we've gotten over Randy.
Never.
Stupid girl.
I know. We had a birthday yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Stat boy, you turned 35, you old bat.
He done.
He looks so manly and handsome today. Happy birthday to you. It's now 1992.
Wow.
Take a night off from hooking. If you smell what Pinky's cooking.
She just said that.
I so sad it. That was such a joke. Happy birthday, bud. You're awesome, stat boy. I wonder. She loves you. I just like you. I wonder if we can get.
You love him as a brother.
Come on. I don't want to love anybody but the man.
Brother.
Oh, fine. I guess so. Oh, and here comes stat boy.
What are you doing? And
stat boy approves. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Bros versus hoes, kids.
Yes, look for. Can I have a cheap plug for that?
Sure.
Yes.
Look for my bonus episode on this channel about bros before hoes. It's coming up this week. Thank you again to whoever posted it. I don't have your name, but I did do a rant on it.
Now,
don't give too much away, though.
Of course not. But can we answer your rant?
Oh, please, go right
Because
ahead.
we're chicks and this is
absolutely.
Chicks and wrestling.
But that means that boy's gotta go.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, because this is gonna get
ugly.
ugly.
And
because it's chicks.
Thank you for the birthday stuff.
Of course, baby. Of course.
Haters gonna hate. It was my birthday. Did you not follow? What's up with that, y'all? Come on now. If you're true fans, you would know that my birthday was on October 5th. I'm 35 years old, and I only got 10 posts on Facebook. What's up with that? And then I had to bitch about it. Step boy out.
Pinky
The pot on the
approves.
back.
Pinky approves that boy's last rant. Lovely. I think we should give the answer to bros versus hoes, bros before hoes. We kind of feel the same way about y'all chicks before dicks.
Huh.
We come first before y'all do, but then again, in certain instances,
Bros do.
bros do go. But then again, I'm not a hoe, so can't no bros be come before me.
Exactly.
Now,
Ditto.
yeah, my track record previous doesn't speak well of me, but
We were young.
and dumb.
Stupid.
Wrong.
Bad
Look at
girls.
very. The bad girls go
Well,
everywhere.
still bad girls, but just
Bad from one.
better bad girls.
Oh yes. It's a beautiful thing. Now I will say this: there are certain instances that the boys do come before us, but most instances we come before them. And marriages, exactly. We're the ones giving birth to these little badass bastards.
We're the ones tearing up our bodies just to birth you boys.
And this is the thanks we get. Bastards. Well, how about this? Since it's bros before hoes, chicks before dicks. We look out for ourselves, and if they don't like it, we don't care. Go suck a dick. And if you can suck your own, please do.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that.
I have seen it.
What?
Ooh.
You gotta tell me this.
Later off camera. Later.
Bonus features.
Bonus episode. Okay. Episode 4. We're on 3 right now. Next episode.
I went blind on that for a minute. I'm sorry.
And I'm not even stoned for this one. Episode 4. We have a couple of guests that we are in the works of working with.
Yay.
To the following: Extreme Loco, Rays, Marcus Riot. What's up?
I know.
We are so gonna have you on the show, and I would love to have your band Phoenix Down on our show to perform as well.
Tell us when you're actually gonna be going and doing a
Yeah,
show, because I would love to go see it.
You got my number, call.
Plus, I'm a great photographer.
She is, and they have banging reggae music. It's like have a blunt bowl and be all right.
Woo.
Now, we out. Check us on YouTube, Renegade Wrestling. I am your lovely hostess, the wonderful, talented, charming, ever so sexy Piggy. And this is my girl Jay, baby.
Jay Rolls.
It's Jay Rolls. We'll check you later. Bye.
I love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from NoDQ.com.
Welcome everyone to NoDQ&A video here on NoDQ.com. I am the owner of NoDQ, Aaron Rift, here to answer your questions and have some fun with it. So let's get down to the questions. Hey Aaron, I was wondering, why did Vince get so mad about Alberto Del Rio saying his name? I don't think it ruined the storyline. I didn't even honestly catch on to it. Yeah, what happened backstage, there was this segment with Del Rio and Triple H, and Del Rio name dropped Vince McMahon saying, you know, I wish Vince McMahon, I pray that Vince McMahon was back in charge. And apparently the word going around backstage is that Vince McMahon blew a gasket when he heard this, and, you know, he felt that it gave away the future storyline of Vince returning. Now, my opinion is I actually kind of liked the whole foreshadowing of Vince coming back. I saw nothing wrong with it, so I was kind of surprised when, you know, the news came out that Vince got really pissed off. I guess he was just having a bad day or whatever, but yeah, I mean, as far as Vince McMahon returning to TV, that's something that's pretty predictable and expected. How many times now has Vince McMahon done this fake retirement or something to be written off TV only to come back like a month or two later? It's happened at least half a dozen times now. So it's not a surprise at all if he comes back. I think Vince just needs to take a chill pill and relax. You know, I think most fans expect him back at some point, one way or another. And they know that even though Triple H is running the show on TV, it's Vince McMahon who's still in charge from behind the scenes. And Vince McMahon is never really going to be gone until he's probably dead. Hey Aaron, with the recent releases of the WCW DVDs and the Monday Nitro stage being downloadable content on SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, do you think WWE will have a WCW One Night Stand pay-per-view like they did with ECW? I highly, highly doubt it. The thing with ECW is that it had that cult following, and it was a very specific brand in terms of, you know, ECW's hardcore wrestling, and, you know, they had the lucha guys, and it had a very distinct style. With WCW, what would they do for a WCW show? Would they just bring back Goldberg and DDP and Buff Bagwell? And I mean, what exactly is WCW style? Cruiserweights? WWE already had a cruiserweight division. So it doesn't really make much sense. There was, a couple months ago, there was rumors going around that maybe they would do it since the retro WWE Raw episode last year did a good rating and got a lot of positive feedback. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Hey Aaron, great show. I wanted to know, in your personal opinion, who is the most successful big men in wrestling history? Example, Big Show, Andre the Giant, Mark Henry, etc. Well, I think when you look at all the elements and all the factors, I would say the most successful big man would be Undertaker. He was a big guy. He could move in the ring. He could have great matches with the right opponents. And he had, you know, the awesome character. The Undertaker, probably the single greatest character in WWE history. So that's who I would go with. And, of course, Andre the Giant and Big Show got to be at the top of that list as well. How can WWE improve the Divas division? Why not hire more Divas and have a Divas tag title, since Divas of Doom and the Bellas and even Kelly are tag teams? Or bring back the women's title when Karma comes back. Bring back the Big Show-sized diva. Just bring in some Divas that can wrestle, bottom line. The problem is that John Laurinaitis and, you know, those guys in WWE Creative, they keep hiring fitness models and then try to teach them to become wrestlers. Why not just bring in some women that actually have experience as wrestlers and then, you know, focus on enhancing them and trying to make them look pretty or whatever? Yeah, I think they have it ass backwards there, and that's why the Divas division lacks so much. Did you go to any WCW events back in the day? I actually went to one show for WCW. It was in 1994 at the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds in Lancaster, California. It was right after Hulk Hogan signed with WCW. The main event was Steve Austin versus Ricky Steamboat. I believe it was one of Steamboat's last matches. It was like around July, August 1994. And yeah, Hogan was not at the show, of course, because this was just, you know, some rinky-dink little fairground. But yeah, it was a pretty cool show. I did buy a Hogan poster, and it was cool to see Steve Austin and Ricky Steamboat and all those guys, and the Guardian Angel, Big Boss Man, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun show. Yeah, I wish I'd gone to more, you know. I wish I was able to go to that Nitro in 2000 they did at Staples Center, but just it didn't work out. And if I had known WCW was going to go out of business, I probably would have pushed harder to go to some of those shows. Hey, Aaron, great show. For the sake of argument, if TNA were to die completely right now, who would WWE pick up? Well, I'm sure they would pick up guys like Robert Roode and James Storm, probably Samoa Joe, maybe AJ Styles, and maybe Daniels, maybe Kazarian, but beyond that, I don't really see them interested in a lot of the guys on the TNA roster. Most of the TNA guys, you know, are people that WWE rejected and don't want anything to do with, like Ken Anderson and, you know, Dudley's and so on and so forth. So, yeah, maybe a handful of guys, but not a lot like WCW. I don't think so. What were your thoughts on the WCW women's division overall? Wasn't Oklahoma the women's champion? Enough said. Do you think Edge's retirement has had a negative impact on SmackDown so far? Well, definitely, because it's just one less major star that SmackDown has. They did get Orton, and WWE brought in Orton to replace Edge as the top star on SmackDown. But yeah, I mean, one of the best things about SmackDown over the last 4 or 5 years has been Edge. So yeah, definitely SmackDown took a hit. Hey Aaron, you are doing great on your videos. So what is your best match of 2011 so far? Mine is Cena versus Punk at Money in the Bank because the atmosphere was great and the match just rocked. I agree with you 100%. Aaron, I love the show, but you have yet to answer a diva question. I just did. Actually, 2 of them. Top 5 divas of all time and what diva needs to return to help the division. Well, number 1 would be Trish, no doubt about it. Number 2, maybe either Lita or Sunny. I like to put Sunny on there because she was the first diva. And then maybe throw in Tori Wilson or Stacy Keibler or Sable. I don't know if I said 6 right there, but those would be my top ones if you're talking about strictly the divas. If you're talking about all women in wrestling, you'd have to throw Miss Elizabeth in there and Sensational Sherry and maybe Fabulous Moolah and a couple other ones. When will WWE drop the masked Cody Rhodes gimmick? It's getting really boring. I agree. I think that the gimmick's kind of running its course here. It only has so much potential. I do think Cody Rhodes is good on the mic, but the gimmick it's mid card. It's something that I don't really see being a main event gimmick. So we'll see what happens on SmackDown in the coming weeks. I don't want to spoil anything, but it might be coming close to the end for that gimmick. We'll see what happens. Hey Aaron, do you think someone like Kofi Kingston or Evan Bourne will ever get a major title push and win? I know they've had title matches, but do you think they'll ever win it and become more than mid-carders? As far as Evan Bourne goes, probably not. I think he's going to go as far as he's gotten. And as far as Kofi Kingston, same thing. He had that brief push in 2009, 2010, up until Randy Orton called him stupid, and then that was the end of his push. Yeah, if Kingston was going to get to that next level, he would have done it a few years ago. Now, I'm not so sure. Should TNA get a second show so they don't have to cram too much into Impact? No, please, no second show. If you're having to cram too much stuff in, maybe you should cut down your roster a little bit. I know Dixie Carter, she's a nice lady. She wants to get as many people employed as possible and allow them to make a living, although a lot of these guys aren't making that much money in TNA right now. But really, what you should do is cut down the roster a little bit. Trim the fat. That's what TNA should do. All right, that about does it for a NoDQ&A video on NoDQ.com. We have a new fan forum set up, message boards. Go to NoDQ&AV.proboards.com. In the next few days, once the DNS goes through, it'll be NoDQforums.com. I have a NoDQ&A forum set up there, so if you want to submit questions, I will be doing some text NoDQ&A questions. So go on there and check that out. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/NoDQCAW. And please keep spreading the word and subscribing. I really appreciate the support. And to the critics out there, thank you for the free publicity. On that note, we'll see you next time for NoDQ&A video.
you ever wanted to come into a sports bar where the barkeeps know their game? Well, the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media has got a production just for you. Sit down and relax as the stat boy and his partner break down the statistics in all things sports. Whether it's football, basketball, motorsports, baseball, hockey, soccer, professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, boxing, and much, much more. All are welcome. Your barkeeps here keep you up to date and in the know of everything going on in sports, while also having a pleasant conversation about it all. Your host and owner of the bar, Stat Boy Mike. His partner in crime, Dory Lou. And a host of other guests coming in. The food's hot, the seats are warm, the drinks are ice cold, and the sports talk is plentiful. Casa D18 Studios presents Stat Boy Sports Bar. Take a bar stool and enjoy the show. The Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from the Casa D18 Studios.
For it, we're all back with one of our epic wrestling shows.
This is actually a wrestling show, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we do put those up.
I like what he did there.
Funny you say, "Oh my God."
Yes, we've been wanting to do this forever and a day since we've seen this.
You've been wanting to do this forever and a day.
Yeah, you have. I kind of.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about the 50 "Oh my God" moments in WWE history. We watched the DVD. I would say around Christmas time last year.
50 years ago we watched this DVD.
We're all older than we thought.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 5-part...
hopefully.
Yeah. The 10 moments in each segment. And there you go. In theory. Yeah. So, we're going to start off with "Oh my God" moment number 50.
Oh my God.
And that was the most annoying thing on the DVD when we watched it the first time.
And the most annoying thing about this episode is going to be Stat Boy.
Nah, Jeff's here. It'll be Jeff.
Yeah, okay.
Because the first 2 epic wins was Bruce.
That's true.
Bruce was calm. Bruce is level-headed. Jeff doesn't do that.
No? Okay. Number 50, February 5th, 1988. Hulk Hogan gets screwed out of the title. The
original.
original.
Was number 50?
That was number 50. That was the original screw job from the main event. Backstory basically: Hogan versus Andre in a match. Andre goes for a cover. The referee counts 3. Hogan's shoulder kicks out. Title change. Andre surrenders the belt to DiBiase. And
Which starts what you were trying to get petitioned, right? To reinstate DiBiase's 8-day reign.
Because every other championship reign in WWE, with the exception of a couple, has started with awarding or relinquishing or whatever you want to call it, not an actual title change between one and another or one team and another. So I say if all these other title changes can be recognized, including the Hardcore Championship being awarded to Mick Foley, including all the European title is going to be awarded to Triple H at the end of the day, the DiBiase's reign should be recognized. He should be recognized as WWF champion. February 5th, 88 to February 13th, 88.
So 13th was the official date. It was shown that that title change never happened.
The official date that showed that President Jack Tunney is a son of a bitch. Rest in peace.
There you go. And it also showed that Dave and Earl Hebner are true, in fact, twin brothers.
But not quite identically alike. You know, Dave was a little bit more chunkier than Earl was in that video, at least. And Dave got chunkier as it went on, which is why he retired from.
And Earl's in
Earl's in TBA.
TBA.
To be announced.
Yeah.
You never know when Earl's going to show up anywhere.
Yeah, really.
To screw people left and right. Anyway.
The original screw job at number 50.
Yeah. Was it the original screw job, Wendy Richter and Spider Lady?
And that was a real screw job. This thing was all storyline.
Okay, the second original screw job. There's going to be a lot of screw jobs.
That's what she said.
Yeah, really. Number 49. June 7th, 2010. This is the newest on the entire list. The Nexus beats down John Cena on Monday Night Raw.
That was one of the greatest moments in modern television history. It was. Because what better way to make a name for yourself than to annihilate the top guys? So what? That it took 8 people to do it.
Now, I'm sorry.
What better way to make a name? That is how the original WCW ECW invasion should have been done.
I'm sorry, John. I mean, you're tough and all, but 8 guys, if you want to think you can beat 8 guys by yourself, good luck with that one, pal.
Hey, he did his best. He tried his hardest, and the Nexus took out everybody, not just John. They took out Punk, they took out Luke Gallows, they chased away Serena, they choked Justin Roberts with his own tie, you know, all these things.
Should have been Cole.
Should have been Cole.
Yeah. What, did Cole have a free pass with the Nexus?
Maybe he was part of the Nexus.
You never know.
Maybe.
You never know. Number 48. Same date, June 7th, but 11 years earlier. The chokeslam to hell between Big Show and Undertaker.
Where he went through the ring.
Where he went through the ring.
Yes. In the middle of a WWF title match.
Now, we put a ring together. We know what it's like. But you got to have some kind of super force to put a 200, 300-pound guy through the ring.
Or you can just set it up beforehand.
Yeah, you just cut a hole, and make sure they aim for that spot. You know, this isn't the first time that somebody had been put through the ring with a maneuver. It was just the first time on WWE television.
Taz's was better when he went through the...
Exactly, Taz and Bigelow.
That's because Taz was under Bigelow and Taz died. Almost died.
It was still cool to see nonetheless.
And those two did it on a ramp too.
Yeah, a solid
wooden ramp, and they broke through that thing like it was butter.
Yeah.
True story.
Number 47, March 31st, 1996 at WrestleMania 12, the Hollywood Backlot Brawl.
And see, this is where I have a little problem with this being an oh my god moment.
Goldust and Roddy Piper, just so you know.
Yeah. This entire thing was laid out step by step at the end of the day. It was filmed like a Hollywood movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing oh my god about it.
The only oh my god thing that I remember from seeing that was that they spliced in the O.J. Simpson footage of the freeway chase. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. I've seen this footage before.
That's what Vince exactly said.
I remember, before Vince said it, it's like, I remember seeing this footage because that police chase happened around the time of my graduation.
Were you rolling on the floor, laughing when you saw it?
No, I wasn't that far.
My big OMG moment was when they finally made it into the ring and Roddy decides to strip Goldust of his gold costume. And
not something we needed to see, Hot Rod. Not a good look on Goldust.
And Dustin, he was wearing a teddy. ugh, gross.
That should be the OMG
that's the
moment.
OMG moment.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That I would agree with.
The gold Cadillac though, that was a cool car back then. I like the gold
I think
Cadillac.
Snoop Dogg has that in his garage now.
I think he does.
The Snoop DeVille.
But Snoop has the gold Cadillac, but Jeff Dunham has the Batmobile.
We learned about that's a cool one.
Awesome. It's like Euro.
Batmobile. Number 46, September 7th, 1991. Jake Roberts and The Undertaker crashing the wedding party of Liz
That's
and
when it
Randy.
aired on
That's when it
television.
aired, yes.
But if you got the Coliseum home video, you know that it was on August 26th, the same day as the wedding.
Yes.
And I had that, and I saw the whole thing on SummerSlam '91. The DVD, where the DVD anthology or the DVD I got, they don't have that wedding reception. It's just it ends with the wedding, and that's it.
And that's it.
So you have to get the Coliseum home video. You have to find that bootleg stuff at Frankenstein's or something. You have to make that happen.
We don't support bootlegs. You have to do it legally, Jeffrey.
You have to get the bootleg at Frankenstein's, or find it on eBay if you can find it that way. If you can't find it that way, drive out to wherever.
Here's the thing that I didn't like about it. The snake was a little garter snake. It wasn't like Damien. It wasn't a boa constrictor, a viper, a rattlesnake. It was just a little bitty garter snake.
Actually,
it was a garter snake to go along with Elizabeth's garter belt.
Hey,
there you go.
The snake that shot out of the box was a garter snake, but the close-up they showed of the snake was actually a cobra.
Like Santino style? Are we talking,
Dark sad. No appreciation for the classic stuff, man. It's all about Santino, who, by the way, when is this going up?
Next week.
Next week. So the Chambers already happened.
Yes.
I'm just throwing that out there. Just shaking my head at Santino in general. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Number 45, April 5th, 2009, at WrestleMania 25. Another John Cena moment.
Of course.
With Big Show and Edge on his shoulders, he hits the attitude adjustment.
Now, Edge, to my knowledge, weighs about 2.5, maybe a little bit less.
250, 260.
Yeah. Big Show at the time was, about 50 under 500.
Yep.
So you're looking at, 450 to
at least
700
700
700 pounds on the man's back and shoulder.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That is creepy.
That didn't surprise me. It wasn't that OMG to me.
Edge went flying off.
Because Edge knew better than
Big Show took the bump, which is a bit of a science thing. It's like how hard do you have to throw these guys to get Edge to fly halfway across?
To me, that
wasn't. Edge didn't really. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Go ahead.
So to me, that wasn't that. Oh my God! Because we had been shown in the past, both through home videos and features, that John Cena is a strong dude. So the fact that he did that didn't surprise me at all.
It would have surprised me more if he'd lifted him off the ring mat.
Or if it had been, say, Big Show and Mark Henry, or Mark Henry and Viscera, Big Show and Khali.
That's 1,000
That would be a little bit more impressive.
Okay.
You could even rupture yourself that way. That's
what I say. Do it like that. We'd be visiting John in the hospital with get well cards for his leg. Still.
9-hour surgery.
3 years later.
Yeah, really. All right, next up, number 44, June 27th, 2004. The Great American Bash, the Concrete Crypt.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
Poor Paul.
That was such a fail.
That was such a fail. The whole thing was.
They pre-taped that segment.
And the pre-tape rehearsal ended up on the internet, which was the best part.
Like, seriously. That's about as much fail as Great Khali is World Heavyweight Champion.
What is that horrid sound?
Oh, it's just the workers outside.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, Paul, rest in peace.
Although he came back.
Seriously, we've seen him at NWA. He's not dead.
That's right. And Paul himself came back. The character came back a few years later and turned on the Undertaker. Like, that's what you get for turning on me. Always comes back to get you in the end.
That's right.
That's right.
Number 43, April 27th, 1998.
Yes.
DX invades WCW.
Now, is this invades WCW headquarters or is this invades Nitro? Because there were two different things.
Invades Nitro.
Invades Nitro. That was
with the tank and
the
they go to the scope in Norfolk.
Yes. Yes.
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Road Dogg.
That's
Follow
right.
him at BG James. I believe that's his Twitter account.
No, it's WWE
WWE Road Dogg.
WWE Road Dogg.
Knocking on the door. Did you get your ticket? Did you buy your tickets? No, I got them for free.
Why is that? Because WCW does what? Sucks! Yeah!
There you go.
See, DX, that was DX at its best. You can talk about the Triple H Shawn Michaels Union. You can talk about the pre-DX Army DX of Shawn, Hunter, Chyna, and Rude, but the DX Army was the shit.
And at least
I completely agree. And I still say to this day, one of the biggest nails in WCW's coffin was closing that gate on them.
Oh, yeah.
They should have been allowed to storm that arena because everybody and their mama would have changed the channel to see what was happening.
Yep.
And at least
WCW done fucked up.
At least WCW would mention WWE. The reverse didn't really happen. Because
Until Vince owned it.
Exactly. WWE thought the other companies were taboo, you know. Well, you can't talk about WCW. You can't talk about them. But WCW...
You can just make fun of them and call Millionaire Ted the Huckster and the Natural Man.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, exactly. And have fake Razor Ramon and fake Diesel.
Hey, yo.
Number 42, February 2nd, 1998, on The Outlaws throwing a dumpster off the stage.
Damn.
More DX at their best. I mean, granted, the Outlaws weren't in DX yet at this point, but still, you could see the groundwork being laid.
And at least Foley and Funk were cushioned with packing peanuts. I like that with Kane and Ryder a couple weeks back. That was messed up.
There's two people
Or
in there.
last week, whatever it was. That was messed up.
There's two people in that dumpster. This isn't,
and then they come back with Funk dragging an IV in a hospital gown. And even Foley in his book was like, "Yeah, not a good look, Granddad."
You got a soft collar on, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But
yeah.
you know, for my money, the New Age Outlaws are kind of, you know, they get too much credit and not enough credit all at the same time.
And it's definitely one of my big regrets about not going to Wrestling Union was the fact we missed the Outlaws. Because they're awesome.
It was funny as hell.
That was 41, right?
That was 42. This is 41.
One more for this
installment.
For this installment, yes.
December 13th, 2001, from SmackDown, the grocery store brawl between Stone Cold and Booker T.
Y'all, take this one.
I mean, they were hitting them with eggs, flour, cookies, you name it in the grocery store, they used it. Booker T looked like a ghost.
It took 10 years for Stone Cold to make my fave 5 again, dog.
Did we pass by that grocery store on one of our road trips?
What was that grocery store?
I think it's out here in California somewhere.
Grocery
store we did.
Could you imagine if people did that now in the grocery store?
Stone Cold, I'm coming for you, sucker!
Can't say that because he's not that. You can't say sucker.
I actually tweeted Road Dogg about if they could bring up that infamous Booker T promo that's on YouTube. You know the one.
And Road Dogg probably was like,
no.
You didn't know? Can't hear that, dog.
You need to own it. Whenever they do the Best of Booker T DVD, they need to throw that promo on it. Because there is not a Best of Booker T DVD without that promo.
As long as they censor the N-word.
No censorship. They've got to find the clip on YouTube that actually loops it and slow-mo's it. They've got to use that clip.
Not one of your best
moments. For you. Coming for you. Coming for you. Coming for you.
Not one of your best moments, Booker, but funny nonetheless. We got 40 more to go. Stay tuned. The next parts are coming up. Part 2 of the epic 50 Oh My God moments continues.
Damn it. Am I getting paid for this shit?
Eventually.
Oh, okay.
There's a trick to that. The
check will be in the mail at some point?
I think they direct deposit,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well then.
I bet you we'll get the money for this before I get my taxes.
Right?
Fucking government.
Right.
Thank you to all the fans who help us out. We love you. To the
We've been
haters,
losing fans.
for what? Well, come back. Number 40.
Baby, come back.
You can make it all worthwhile. Number 40, February 8th, 1997, from Shotgun Saturday Night. Undertaker.
Remember that show?
Yeah.
Do you remember that show? Nah, you're parts of the C Nation. You don't remember that show.
The Undertaker tombstones Triple H on an escalator.
Let's examine this for a second.
Go ahead.
Shotgun Saturday Night. A show that was on, by definition, on Saturday night. I believe at 11 o'clock.
I believe you're right.
On USA.
And you have The Undertaker and Triple H. Okay. Just want to make sure they realize that, you know, they weren't just born onto Raw.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
What's your question?
On Shotgun Saturday Night.
Yes.
Is the infamous Terry's Titties incident on this list at all? It should be. More than this incident.
Do tell us about the Terry.
Let's handle this one.
About Terry Titties.
Basically, it was Goldust and the Sultan, and Sultan was winning, and then Terry flashed and Sultan wasn't winning no more.
Ooh, wow, the power of Terry's titties.
The mile wide titties.
They're good nonetheless.
Oh
But anyway,
my god.
But anyway, yeah, this shouldn't even be okay. Taker does a tombstone on a.
I think the OMG moment isn't the Taker tombstone Hunter onto an escalator. The OMG moment is that the Undertaker and Triple H were on Shotgun Saturday Night.
Yeah, seriously.
That boy.
What is going on
Hunter
here?
back then, maybe I'll give him. But Undertaker on that show, seriously? That's ridiculous.
Ratings. Number 39. December 18th, 2005. Tim White's Suicides. Up from SmackDown. Tim White was one of the greatest referees, and he got injured, and he didn't know what to do.
I wouldn't go as far as to say one of the greatest.
He should go in the Hall of Fame, honestly. That's what I think. Every week, he would shoot himself in the head, slit his wrists, lock himself into a car with carbon monoxide, drown himself in an aquarium. Let's see.
But I got the greatest question of all time for you.
Yes.
If you had to do weekly vignettes with Josh Matthews, wouldn't you commit suicide too? Fucking douchebag.
That's right.
Did he still have that bar on the East Coast?
Yes, he does.
Friendly tap.
Friendly tap.
A friendly tap.
Which, if you play your cards right and you are a male, Josh Matthews will give you a friendly tap as well. Anyway.
Wow. Moving on.
Oh my god.
Number 38, July 16th, 2002. Eric Bischoff is named the Monday Night Raw GM.
This one
should be a lot higher.
Yeah,
it should be like
higher.
top 10.
Yeah, it really should.
Because, let's be real, at that point in time, nobody thought Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff would ever be in the same room with each other, let alone the same company.
Let alone hugging.
Yeah.
On stage of Monday Night Raw.
He was looking for a place to stab Vince in the back when they hugged.
Yeah, I like that one.
If he had a knife, he would have gone, "Hi, Vince! Now I own Raw!"
Except
the problem is they'd already done that storyline enough times with people as old.
Yeah, true story.
Because, like, before Bischoff was named GM, Ric Flair owned Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Dumb.
But
Higher.
Eric Bischoff being named the GM of Raw, great moment. It was shocking, but it should be a lot higher as a result of it.
It was definitely more shocking about
than half the shit that was listed.
It was shocking about 3.5 years later, too, or whatever it was, when Vince, Bischoff, and Heyman were in the same ring together talking about
That was
ECW.
good.
That was
And that's also how he starts Controversy Creates Cash. He tells the story.
Yeah. Of him.
Excellent read, by the way.
Yes.
Excellent book.
It'll be the
I
book
hope
of the
that'll
month.
be a book of the month.
It is.
There you go.
It is.
All right.
Now, before we get any further, Statboy, do
Yes.
you #Statboy approve the book of the month club?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to be participating?
I'll read.
All right.
Are you going to read a book, read a
Read a
motherfucking book?
Whoa!
Boy's asleep, I can say it
I
now.
forgot about that.
I'll
That's
read
right.
it.
All right.
READABO, okay.
Talent.
That's it.
Number 37, April 18th, 2004, Backlash. Mick Foley versus Randy Orton with the thumbtacks. The thumbtack spot during their match.
Yes. That was bare-backed Orton. No mention of Brokeback Mountain.
No.
Bare-backed Orton.
Uh-oh, here we go.
May I? May I
Please,
take the floor?
absolutely. Go right ahead.
As many of you know from past shows, I am, have, and hopefully will forever be an Orton fan. From day one. As Statboy can attest to, my father, not as much.
Yeah.
Because Randy
My
went
father despises Orton.
Yes.
Say it one more time because I was kind of talking over you.
Because Randy went AWOL from the military.
Right. My dad called me at work because I was actually working during Backlash.
Oh.
We ordered it and taped it and everything. And he told me that son of a bitch Orton put on one of the best fucking matches he'd ever seen.
Way to go, Pop.
That is, to this day, Mick Foley's favorite match of his.
That night, in my opinion, is what started the build towards Randy Orton, youngest world heavyweight champion.
I would agree.
Yes, it was.
That match defined Orton, and dare I say, still defines Orton.
I'd agree with that.
Way to go, Randy. Should be higher because it's thumbtacks. That's what I think.
I lift my hat to you, Randall.
All right, number 36. April 26, 1999. Stephanie's Unholy Matrimony.
Another great one. This should be top 10.
Yep.
The black wedding, as it were. No, it's not a black or a white thing. Sorry, Tyler. The black wedding, as it were, was so controversial. Such must-see TV. Me and Jeff were actually talking about this the other day.
Yes, we were.
About possibly being one of the last great, shocking storylines.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that made you go, OMG. What's going to happen next?
Because from the black wedding came to Austin saving the day and Vince thanking. And from that came to the reveal of the higher power, which was Vince all along.
Vince
What?
Vince was the mastermind behind the ministry all along.
Which means that Vince was the mastermind behind Stephanie's kidnapping and the black wedding all along.
Now,
which makes him a bastard.
Was the black wedding taken off of the Raven Sandman crucifying incident, or was it the other way around?
Raven Sandman was like 95, so yeah.
Maybe that's
honestly, there's a difference between crucifying, where you're actually like tying the guy up to a cross, like a wooden cross, and like having like a halo of barbed wire, like Jesus had a halo on his head.
Stephanie and Austin were tied to crosses. Not with
Austin being tied to the Undertaker symbol and being raised in the air mimicked the Raven Sandman thing.
Yes.
Stephanie being tied to the cross to be married, not as much.
Was simply to tie her down.
Yeah, because you knew she wasn't going to go willingly.
No.
We had to restrain a bitch.
At the time, she was not liking being tied down.
Nowadays?
I don't know.
Hunter, how's she like it now? Just curious.
Who knows?
That's right.
Number 35, April 28th, 1996. Diesel takes Mad Dog Vachon's leg and uses it as a weapon in your house.
Diesel, you did that. Bad kitty.
Where's that kitty?
He's in the back.
Guarding the boy.
Yeah.
That moment is of whatever moment. I mean...
Compared to the things now, I mean, granted, that was the first really like no holds barred hardcore style match WWF put on, but nowadays it's kind of like, okay.
And it was done later, I think, better, when Piper and Sean O'Hare pulled Zach Gowen's leg.
Yeah. I think King actually did it too in an episode of King's Court. I think he actually pulled his leg.
I think he did too. Anyway.
And then the joke, of course, Mad Dog Vachon doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Well, and Zach Gowen was a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
There you go.
So.
That's right. All the jokes. Number 34. From you said 1980 something.
Let me see. Which one?
Piper shaves the Haiti Kid.
86. Because it was pre-WrestleMania 2.
Piper shaves the Haiti Kid.
Head. Shaves his head. Let's make that clear. Because he's shaving the whole Haiti Kid. We got some seriously not must-see TV no more. Haiti Kid, little bitty midget, little back, bad. That is not for syndicated television.
Oh yeah.
That's like HBO style. Yes. Shaved the mohawk into the Haiti Kid's head to make him look like his hero, Mr. T. And then he ended up in the corner of Mr. T anyway at WrestleMania 2, along with Joe Frazier.
God, Joe Frazier.
Smoking Joe was in Mr. T's corner.
Dear Joe Frazier.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
That's his hardcore sell, but...
Which one?
Everybody talk about Joe.
Oh! Everybody talk about Joe Frazier. Don't talk about Joe Frazier. Everybody saying how fast Joe Frazier is. He can be in his bedroom, turn out the lights, be in the bed before the dawn gets dark. That's how fast Joe Frazier is.
Oh yeah.
That's Billy Crystal doing Joe Frazier for the road. Very good. Thank you for bringing that up. Joe Frazier.
Hashtag stop boy.
So the Haiti Kid got his head shaved by Hot Rod.
Nobody gives a shit about the Hitty Kid. Just want to point that out.
We care more about Roddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing Roddy. Okay. Number 33, October 5th, 1998. Oh, that was my 21st birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Vince's hospital stay. With Mick making the debut of Mr. Sacco.
And Europe the Clown.
And, and of course, Dr. Austin coming in. Dr. Austin coming in with the bedpan of doom and clunking Vince across the head. And we actually saw a side of Vince we never want to see again.
That'd be his ass.
The looms.
Jade's got issues about seeing Sylvester Stallone's ass and Penis and Demolition Man. We don't want to see Vinnie Mac's ass.
Well, to be fair, we saw more of Vinny's bare ass at the Kiss My Ass Club debut, too.
This is true.
Yeah. And if you read,
I'd rather see his ass than Stallone's ass.
If you read Austin's book, he tells you, Vince
Is that going to be a Book of the Month, though?
Austin's book?
I think so.
Okay, good.
Vince tells him, go ahead, hit me with the bedpan. And Austin's like, no.
It's a good piece of business.
I read that line and I kept flashing back to Fight Club. I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
And then,
okay. Bam!
Yeah.
And then, of course, he takes the catheter and shoves it up Vince's ass.
Finds out how full of shit Vince really is.
I never want to go to the hospital, I'll tell you that.
No.
Number 32, September 9th, 1999. Fabulous Moolah getting hit in the head with Jeff Jarrett's guitar.
I think the only reason that's OMG is because of how old Moolah was at the time. Moolah could have had a fucking heart attack and croaked as a result of the guitar shot.
Well, I mean, she was 568 years old at the time.
No, that's Mae Young.
Okay, sorry, 567.
There you go.
Sorry, my bad.
Really, that's not that OMG of a moment, except if you factor in how old she was getting hit with the guitar.
Yep.
Took it like a champ, though, because she
is a champ. She's the original champ.
That's right. Original diva. There you go.
Wouldn't call her the original diva.
The original women's champion.
Sunny's the original diva.
That's right.
Number 31, we're at the last one of this part. January 8th, 2006. Edge cashes in the first Money in the Bank from New Year's Revolution.
Thank fucking God.
That gets a can clap from me.
And who did he cash it in on?
John
That's
Cena.
right.
Yes. And Jade and I were watching at home on the laptop in tears for Edge. It was awesome.
His first title run.
First world title run, yes. Right. WWE Championship.
And then I think he debuted the spinner R belt at that. No?
That
later?
He lost it at the Rumble 3 weeks later. Then Rob beat John. Then Edge went back to Triple Threat match. And then Edge had it for a couple more months.
It spins.
Defeated Cena once and for all at SummerSlam or whatever. And then debuted the Radar spinner until Unforgiven that year.
Now, an interesting little stat is for at least the first 3 Money in the Banks, Edge played a factor in all the cash-in.
Yes, he did.
Edge.
And I know that there were a few others that he took part in or was involved in because he was, either the champion that got beat or, ran interference or something. But
2005, won it, cashed it in. 2006, helped Rob beat Cena. 2007, beat Kennedy and then cashed in the Undertaker. 2008 was cashing on by CM Punk. 2009, lost the belt to Jeff Hardy, and then Punk cashed it on Jeff Hardy.
Stat Boy approved.
2010, destroyed Chris Jericho, and then Jack Swagger cashed in on Jericho. So everything except last year.
I'll cash it in at WrestleMania. Yeah, right. Way to go, Brian.
Hey,
Don't get just started about Brian.
Hey! I don't give a damn. He knew that wasn't a guarantee. He won the main event at WrestleMania, you hold on to the title. You hold on to the money in the bank.
I don't think he will. We've got 30 to go. Keep on watching. We'll be back. Part 3 of the epic 50 oh my god moments. I feel like Iron Sheik, New Jack, and Honky Tonk Man. Who are you?
I'm not touching that one. I'm staying.
You don't want to be
who
Sheiky
is
Baby?
who?
You'd be.
I'm good.
You'd be New Jack.
I love New Jack, but I'm too light.
No.
I can be. Then I'll be Sheiky Baby. I don't know. Okay, moving on.
With that mustache, you'd have to be.
Yeah. There's no choice.
Asgard Angle. There's your impression on. Number 30, August 20th, 2001, Milk-A-Mania. Kurt Angle with the milk truck.
Yes, against the Alliance.
Yes. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and I think Stone Cold Steve Austin got outdid by Kurt Angle's imitation.
Not about outdone, but it was definitely well done.
Well produced. I got nothing against the beer truck incident, but I was rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off.
It started
the milk truck.
It started with the little cartons, the small ones. Then came the pint sizes that he did the beer, and then finally the hose. And I think Stone Cold got the worst end of it too.
Oh yeah.
He went from beer to milk.
Definitely became a Dairy Queen.
From the Dark Princess to the Dairy Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to play with those udders. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Wow. It's funny because it's true.
See, I can play off the guy. Yeah, I can do that. You know? Yeah. Put Deborah in there too.
Oh my God.
Number 29.
Deborah's cookies.
Stephanie's udders.
Let the boobies hit the floor. Number 29, November 19th, 2001, the debut of the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
That too.
Yeah, there you go. Kiss the boss's ass to keep your job. Well done.
Literally.
And Mr. Regal. Oh my God.
Regal, and then JR the next week, and we had Vince going up Rikishi's butt, and then it was just, oh man.
And sadly, we were at the Raw event with Eric Bischoff. We almost saw a Kiss My Ass moment there.
Oh.
But Eric, thank God, he said, no, I'm not going to do that. But Vince had the classic line, you know, by the way, my ass is on national television and it'll even do tricks. And even though I was sitting up in BFE, man, it was there.
Wait, was that the one where Stone Cold came back on camera?
Yeah, after the show.
I was there too.
Yeah. Now, do you remember what part of the arena you were sitting on?
220s.
So, did you see Vince's ass?
I don't remember.
I know I didn't.
If we did, we've since blocked it.
Right. Thank God, because
the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about it.
A bunch of jokes.
When it happens, you're like, really? Really? I don't want to see it. But then there's situations like, you know, a couple weeks ago with Triple H and Laurinaitis, where you kind of wanted to see Vince strut back out and have Laurinaitis get down there and kiss his ass.
I'd rather see Triple H just pedigree Laurinaitis through the ring, personally.
And through it.
I said through the ring.
And then some. And then set his body on fire.
But if he pedigreed him through the ring, he'd be destroying Hornswoggle's home. And that is a member of not only the DX family, but the Vince McMahon family. You can't do that, Jeffrey.
We can fix the ring.
As long as Laurinaitis' face is destroyed and his brain gets shoved through the back of his head and is gone for good, I don't.
Can we swing it with a chair and make his head fly halfway across the arena?
I have no problem with that either.
Big Show can swing a... Yeah. Okay.
Big Show can do the WND on him.
Have Big Show strap Laurinaitis to a gurney and play like it's Rey Mysterio against the ring post.
Pinata.
Pinata! Sorry, go ahead.
Number 28, January 16th, 2009, Jeff Hardy's pyro accident. Some accident, yeah. I know I'm gonna get burned for this.
Oh!
But Jeff Hardy revisited the Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial shoot.
Oh! Jeff wouldn't have had a power accident if he hadn't been snorting coke before the entrance.
Oh! You killed it.
Damn it.
Jeff, what you just... It was a sucky way to end SmackDown that day too. It's like it was gonna get ready for this big match, and then the next thing you know, whoosh, and that's how you end SmackDown. No title match.
It was funny.
Oh, people getting burned is funny.
Jeff Hardy getting burned is funny.
And yeah, and him painting his face was dumb.
Painting his face is just...
That's probably what caused it all. Oh.
Probably.
Alright. Number 27, April 27th, 2000. Stone Cold smashes the DX Express.
Damn.
What?
The DX Express.
What?
The long bus.
What?
With painted green.
What?
Looked like a fire hole after.
What?
Blew up to bits.
What?
It's amazing though. He God, he gonna rip her on me. Didn't he drop a iron beam on it first?
Something.
I mean, an iron beam causes a bus to explode. Vince, we're not stupid.
If it's rigged with explosives beforehand.
Duh.
I think he should have done like a flare and set the a gas line.
Couldn't have done a flare. He was still in WCW.
Hi, monkey.
Get with the program, stat boy.
Okay. Number 26, November 29th, 1999. Triple H crashes Test and Stephanie's wedding with his own Las Vegas drive-in wedding.
Hold on. I just got to say, before you go here, that was one of the greatest things ever. I look back, hindsight 2020, and I laughed my ass off about it, and I appreciate it for what it was, but that night I was pissed.
Why were you mad?
Because I liked the Andrew Stephanie love story.
Right, exactly. You liked Andrew and Stephanie. Andrew didn't marry Stephanie that night. Tess did. To his own entrance music in the middle of a wedding.
That was what was so great about it.
That was like the Macho Man was. You don't walk out to your entrance music, fool. You walk out.
Dun, 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 dun.
Test. This is a test. Final test, dude. Can you make it through the ceremony? Oh, no, you got fucked up.
You're Triple H. Damn straight I am. I got $40, man.
40
bucks
fucking dollars?
$40 for a drive-in wedding.
That's right.
I hear rumor. I don't know if it actually happened.
Okay.
But I heard rumor that that's where our old buddy Chris Hardy was going to get married at.
The Little White Wedding Chapel on Las Vegas Boulevard.
I have been there more than once to see the sign and just revel in the WWF history. And
Chris, leave us a comment. Is that where you actually got married?
And I hope it wasn't through the drive-thru.
If it was, I will roll on the floor laughing my ass
if you
off.
get married at the drive-thru, then you might as well just go to Taco Bell's drive-thru to get the after-dinner party.
That's the plan.
Wait a minute. What if they got married in the drive-thru while Weird Al's trapped in the drive-thru is playing?
Because we're stuck in the drive-thru. Because they forgot the onions. He's thinking about it. I can see the gears turning in his head.
Oh my God.
Chris, please tell me it's not true, homie.
Number
Seriously.
25, November 8th, 2004. Snitsky kicks the baby.
Oh.
But it wasn't his fault.
Now is this the actual miscarriage? Or is this him kicking the baby doll into the crowd?
This was kicking the baby into the crowd, the baby doll.
That was funny.
No kick the baby.
Kick the baby.
No kick the baby.
I remember after that happened, there were people online that had made custom Snitsky figures, and the accessory it came with was a little baby.
There you go.
I mean, what were they going to do? Put a lead pipe? No. Title belt? No, he wasn't champion. They made a little baby. Ruthless aggression. Snitsky plus baby.
No kick the baby. No kick the baby.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
There you go. Number
fucking bastard, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker. This is true. The motherfuckers Uncle quite like you. Uncle Fucker.
Number 24.
Suck my balls.
October 12th, 1998, the Cement Corvette.
Oh.
That's Austin, and he's got a cement truck. Beautiful car. Beautiful car.
I have a picture with that car from Access 2000 somewhere. Where it is, but I have a picture of that car.
You want to know how to ruin a Corvette? Just pour cement over it.
Yep.
Corvette, man.
That was beautiful.
The second you run a Corvette, have John Cena drive a minute and make sure people see John Cena drive a minute and make sure it's not hidden. Yeah. It was hidden Monday night. A couple weeks ago we went to Raw. But if they hadn't hidden that car, it would have been egged. Or messed up, I guarantee it.
Of course, the best part was when the window smashed.
That was awesome.
And just cement
everywhere.
Pours out of like you're pouring a drink.
They tried to move that van after the show was over. It weighed a ton. They had to actually forklift it out of the arena.
And it's still at Titan Tower in the garage.
Except when they haul it out for access.
Yeah. I think some people even tried chipping some of the cement for like a memento.
Souvenir.
Yeah, souvenir.
Piece of the cement from Vince McMahon's Corvette.
They don't
put it alongside your pet rock.
They don't need a piece of the Berlin Wall. They don't need anything. They want a piece of the cement Corvette.
I have seen the Berlin Wall, a piece of the Berlin Wall up close, so I understand the significance of what you just said. That's awesome.
The only reason I'd want a piece of the Berlin Wall is if it was a piece that David Hasselhoff put on.
We're looking for freedom. That was the song. Number 23.
Can I walk off on that?
Yeah, go ahead. No. Okay. November 23rd, 1991. A savage snake bite.
Ah, the Cobra.
The Cobra.
The King Cobra.
I've told this story.
Again with the really?
I've told this story before. I saw that episode of Superstars, and I've seen the censored version, which was just like a big red X on the screen, and I've seen the uncensored version. I'm like 10 or 9 years old. They put the snake clamps on his arm, and my mother walks in. What the hell are you watching? What is this snake doing? I go, the snake's biting him. He's biting Randy Savage, Mom, you know. And then, of course, the storyline comes up. We thought that the snake was supposed to be devenomized. Which, come on. Really, Tunny? We're not stupid. But
yeah, we are.
Back then we were. Yeah, back then we were.
Yeah, things weren't as real or stupid or whatever. But yeah, you know.
You don't need to see remote long. You just fuck your uncle all day long. I'm sorry, we moved on beyond that?
We're beyond that.
Okay, blame Canada.
Blame Canada. It seems that everything is wrong since Canada. I fucked that word up.
Yeah, you did.
I did, never mind.
Number 22, August 27th, 2000, SummerSlam. Shane McMahon takes a dive off the scaffolding.
Yes.
Shane is a bigger daredevil than Jeff Hardy. He crossed himself and then...
Shane McMahon has never done a line of coke and gone out to wrestle and defend the World Heavyweight Championship.
That we know of. That we know of.
Okay. Touche.
Shane, good job, man. We saw that and we're like...
Just because Shane hasn't done it in public or public knowledge doesn't mean he hasn't done it. He's just been smarter about it. The 80s were a time of exploration with drugs.
That was 2000.
I'm talking in the 90s and 2000s too, because Shane was around for all those eras. You never know with Shane McMahon or the McMahon family. We know how the McMahon family thinks these days. They're devious people. At least one of them is. So,
gosh, Jeff, which one is the most devious of them all?
The one that came up.
What's the next one we got there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, number 21, January 11th, 1992, the barbershop incident.
Which one?
Sean and Marty.
Must think there's a couple, because there was one where Sid destroyed the whole set.
Oh yeah, they got blasted in the face.
Powder in the face, more powder incidents. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. We'll let Stat Boy take this because Shawn Michaels is his favorite of all time.
Yes.
The story was that the Rockers were breaking up. Of course, Shawn, we're not breaking up. We're a strong team. We're gonna take the Rockers to higher levels. They had a tag team title match against, I believe, LOD. Lost, of course. And so Shawn and Marty show up on the barbershop, and it's like, Marty says, we're going to rock and roll, we're going to be best friends and best buds. Of course, they had the WWF magazine. You know, the crowd goes wild, and then Shawn
rears back and super kicks him right in the
mush, and then throws him through the plate glass window, takes the WWF magazine, rips it right down the middle, and walks off.
Are the Rockers breaking up? I don't think so.
And then Shawn gave the line, Marty was just trying to act like Superman. He wanted to be Superman, so I just helped him along and pushed him out the window. Of course, Marty would eventually come back and take the IC title from Shawn. And then,
for like a week.
Yeah. And then Marty faded away into the sunset.
Yes. So where he came back with Al Snow as Leif Cassidy and reformed the New Rockers.
And had a match with Matt and Jeff Hardy, who were both about 12 at the time. That we saw in the DVD a couple weeks ago.
12 and 15, because they're 3 years apart.
Okay, yeah.
We're getting closer to that number 1 spot. We've got 20 to go.
What do you think it is if you don't already know the list?
Don't spoil it.
If you know the list,
don't spoil it.
You just keep watching anyway, and you give us those hits.
That's right. Because you want wrestling programming on a wrestling channel.
That's right. More to come. Stay tuned.
She's a big fat bitch. Oh wait, we're just starting.
We're done. Yeah, we're done with that now.
Damn it!
Part 4. Horseman style.
You gotta get more in like a little cramp.
Well, who could be our 4th? Bruce.
That's right.
Number 19.
19.
Don't you mean number 20?
Number 20. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 20. Number 20. April 1st, 2001.
See, this is why we're doing a Book of the Month Club. To promote literacy. Stat Boy cannot read the numbers. You don't go straight into number 19.
I skipped
You start
one.
with 20.
I skipped one. April 1st, 2001, WrestleMania 17.
I know what it
Edge
is.
spearing Jeff in a mid-air maneuver.
Off of the top of the ladder, almost. Hanging from the belts. Jeff and Edge go 9-9 for a few seconds.
Only thing that would have made that spot better is if it had been Devon, because Devon's scared of heights anyway.
The only way better is if Edge had, like, speared Jeff, and, like, instead of, like, Jeff falling, and, like, Edge had kept going because Edge, like, just burst into a bag of Coke. What happened?
That wasn't happening yet.
I was surprised
that you know of.
I was surprised at how strong the belts were that they could hold up both of those. Those are some strong belts, too.
Those are about 45,000 pounds each, that's why. True story. That's why that bag weighs about 2 tons back there. All the belts in it.
Good strong belts. One hell of a move and one hell of a match.
You felt tag belts before? When you met Miz and Morrison?
That's right, I did. They were heavy.
Chris has the ones that I'm actually talking about, though.
Yeah.
You were the other night.
Now we're on number 19.
Okay.
July 14th, 2003. Kane turns JR into a human barbecue.
Or sauce.
I was going to say, was there sauce?
Sauce it. Hashtag.
Sauce it. JR Barbecue.
Hashtag sauce it.
On Twitter. Light good old JR on fire. That's
Come on, baby, light my fire.
That's TV for you.
That is must-see TV.
I don't want to see good old JR set on fire. He didn't deserve that.
I would like to see Oklahoma set on fire.
I'd like to see Josh Matthews set on fire, personally.
What about John Laurinaitis?
I don't always get
Wow, think of the meal you could make of that.
I don't always get a match on Laurinaitis. I'd rather just kick.
But he's got some fat on him still. That means juicy meat.
I just want to kick him in the head.
Uncle,
that's it.
Hashtag Shawn Michaels, kick John Laurinaitis.
Just through his head. How about that?
Celebrity Deathmatch.
There we go.
Bring back Celebrity Deathmatch and put John Laurinaitis in there.
The Meach Machine, Jeff Meacham, versus Johnny Ass.
I'll do the voice of Johnny Laurinaitis.
That's right.
MTV
And Jeff will provide his own voice.
MTV will make thousands.
Not millions, because, you know.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah. But, I mean, Kane went a little too far and...
Disagree.
Gasoline and all that good stuff.
Kane's going too far lately.
True. Number 18, from September 22nd, 1997, Austin finally stuns Vince.
What?
The very first time
What?
that Vince got stunned.
What?
With a stunner.
What?
In MSG.
What?
In New York.
What?
With the cops around.
What?
Austin got cuffed.
What?
Taken away.
What?
People were shocked.
What?
Okay, I'm good.
Did Vince? Was that the one that Vince had the dead look?
Now, was that a stunner or was that the Ace Crusher?
That was the Ace Crusher. Yeah, seriously.
And he flopped around like a fish?
He did.
He went to the Devon School of Selling.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Austin was going to do it at some point, but he had to work his way up. Cause
every other announcer got it.
Just a matter of when.
JR got it. King got it.
Slaughter got it.
Vince. The progression of stunners.
Yep.
Do you imagine if Laurinaitis got stunned and his neck broke?
That would be poetic justice. Stun Laurinaitis with an Ace Crusher.
I have a plan, folks.
I'll tweet.
Is Stone Cold on WWE 12 as a playable character?
I don't remember.
If he is, we need to find that game wherever we put it around here.
It's in there. It's in there.
Create John Laurinaitis as a playable character. And just stun until I am rolling on the floor laughing. And when I recover, we do some more. I'm good. Okay.
There you go.
Alright.
Alright. Moving on. Number 17. June 24th, 2001. King of the Ring. Angle and Shane.
Yes.
Through the plexiglass twice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think Shane said I broke my tailbone.
I think Shane broke my tailbone.
Let's see you try and go through a glass and not break your tailbone.
That was definitely an oh my god
That
moment.
match is so epic. When Bruce came over to watch a DVD, that was the thing he requested first.
Yeah.
That's
Seriously.
how a no-holds-barred match should be. That's how it should be now.
Yes. Except now it's PG.
To hell with PG, man. I want brutality.
If you want no holds barred, you should watch an 89 movie.
Who?
An 89 movie with Tiny Lister.
Zeus.
Very good.
Debo.
They should put him in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yes, they should.
Not this year.
No, not this year, but they should put Debo in the Hall of Fame.
Who's in this? Yeah, Mike Tyson.
Who's he, right? He never did anything.
We'll talk about him later, I think.
He never beat nobody.
No.
He just beat Rose.
Number 16, January 24th, 2008. Jeff Hardy swantons off the scaffolding at Monday Night Raw.
That, I don't give Jeff Hardy a lot of credit.
Yes, we know.
But I will give him that one. That shit was awesome. Even I was liking that. I was kind of hoping he'd botch himself, but it was still funny to watch.
How bad of a botch did you want? Are we talking like a Sin Cara botch?
Well, Sin Cara botch or Sin Cara shirt botch? That's the difference.
Yeah.
Sin Cara shirt botch.
I wasn't hoping for that bad.
No,
I wasn't hoping for that bad. I was hoping for just a Sin Cara botch.
Sin Cara botch entrance, Sin Cara botch through the ladder.
Entrance.
Okay.
Just a slight little blip. Later on I wanted a Sin Cara shirt botch for Jeff. And he sure did for me. He came through!
Kick ass, Jeff. Kick ass.
Yeah! Sorry.
Yeah!
It's sure starting to hell in a handbasket.
But it's fun.
It is.
And if
this show's gone butt fucky.
And if you don't like it, too damn bad.
Stole the gimmick in her sleep.
Damn right. She's not here to save for us.
That's right.
Number 15, April 2nd, 2006, WrestleMania 22. Edge spearing Mick Foley into a flaming table.
Which coincidentally is the cover for this DVD.
It is.
Is it? Oh.
It is. But it's not number one.
Nope.
No. Thanks to Lita for lighting the table.
That's right. Lita did good.
Lita lit a lot of things on fire back in them days.
Including Matt's ego.
Oh, he stole it from me. He stole it.
Damn. Just happened.
Good old-fashioned flaming tables.
That was a hell of a match.
You can barbed wire somebody, you can tack them, you can electrify them, but when you put them through a flaming table, you've made it.
Damn right.
Except for your balls of honey, because then it's just cliche.
Yeah.
Number 14, September 26, 1998, the Zamboni incident.
I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I wish Double A was here right now because he was actually there when that happened. And can tell the story about it, but...
Austin's coming in on a Zamboni!
Don't let him in here!
Don't let him in! And he leaped over the rope and over the cops just to get... That's one hell of a leap. From a Zamboni? Big props, Austin.
You know, he got a good running start on the Zamboni.
Yes, this is true.
To be fair.
But that was a hell of a moment. I mean,
and then the random freaking Stone Cold punching Bobby thing being thrown on the
yeah!
Like, what?
WWF Classic Toys.
In Detroit fans.
Now, what would have been even better is if Austin started wrestling with it.
And it would have made a better match.
Austin was wrestling himself.
I like that. That's good. Alrighty. Number 13. January 17th, 1984. Piper's Pit, Jimmy Snuka, and a coconut.
The week before Hulkamania was unleashed.
Brother.
Think about that.
Here, you want a banana? You want a pineapple? Here, have a coconut.
Think about the significance of that. That was the biggest story in WWE at the time. Piper smashing Jimmy Snuka over the head with a coconut. And 6 days later, it was like, oh, what happened last week?
Yeah.
It's a shame. Luckily, videotape has preserved this incident, and Roddy Piper's DVD played it about 500 times in the segment they showed it in, including slow motion, kind of like the Booker T thing we talked about. Over.
Typical Hogan fashion upstaging Roddy Piper.
Well, we met Snuka
to the point where Roddy Piper was getting announced for the Hall of Fame, and then they had to upstage him by adding Hogan.
Yeah. When did we meet Snuka?
I didn't meet Snuka.
You didn't?
You met Snuka in 2004 and dropped $20 on the conceited jackass, while everybody else that was supposed to be there for that charity function was doing pictures and autographs for free. I got an autograph from Kevin Nash for free. I got an autograph and a picture with Jerry Lynn for free. Jimmy Snuka's crippled, conceited ass was charging $20 a head. I said, fuck you, Snuka. I'm not paying $20 for you when I got Kevin fucking Nash for free.
Oh, that one didn't go the way I wanted it to, but okay.
Not at all.
Renegade Rants.
Renegade Rants. Stepway approved. Number 12. March 26th, 2001.
This is number 12?
This is number 12.
Wow, I didn't remember the list. I thought it was number 1. Okay, go ahead.
Shane steals WCW from Vince.
Epicness.
Yes. There was a McMahon's name on the contract, Dad, but it wasn't yours. I own WCW.
I actually have both episodes from that night in their entirety on my computer.
And
I'm just waiting to burn them. Legally paid for them to download so that I can watch both episodes.
And what we're going to do is drive each other crazy and put Nitro and Raw on the laptop and just watch them both and see where they sync up. And they're like, oh, there it is, okay. In the meantime, like, pause, wait. That'd be funny.
You can do all that asinine shit.
I
I'll
won't
watch
do that.
one episode in its entirety,
and
then I'll watch the other episode in its entirety.
Well, what started first, Raw or
believe
Nitro?
Nitro was first.
Nitro was always 3 hours.
Not at the one.
Nitro was on around 6, and then Raw came on about 8 or 9.
Well, because Nitro got cut by an hour during the Vince Russo era.
Yeah.
That's true, because Vince Russo could only come up with 2 hours of.
So I think Nitro started at 8 and Raw started at 9.
Something like
So we'll watch that.
They overlapped each other, and then Tony Schiavone, if you're gonna watch the Raw tonight, you'll see me. Yeah.
It was because at the top of the second hour of Raw was the last part of Nitro.
Yeah.
So it was 8 to 10 for Nitro. Okay, so I'll watch Nitro first. Okay.
Big moment that Vince buys his company, or so he thought.
And it's also one of the worst moments in wrestling history.
It is.
Because at that point, there was no competition.
And really?
There was a little upstart company, called Total Nonstop Action that came around a couple years later that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah,
because nobody watches it.
And
That's basically WCW version 2.0. Complete with, Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy and
Eric
all the other
and
Hulk Hogan and Sting. All the other great stars of yesteryear trying to live out their glory days.
Yep.
Good job, Shane. Number 11. No specific date. It's just a big thing.
Clusterfuck.
Of Mae Young and all her crazy antics, be it being thrown through a table, giving birth to a hand, or smoking a cigar, or heaven forbid, showing her puppies during a bikini contest.
Prosthetic titties.
And this is where we're going to end this episode. We're not even going to say anything about it. We're just going to let you go onto YouTube and look up Mae Young's greatest hits, and see what you can unearth until tomorrow's episode. We will see you then.
I like what you did there.
We will see you then.
Top 10 coming. Alright, we're at the top 10, part 5.
Has any of this actually been interesting enough to talk about? I'm just saying.
Yeah, seriously. This is like, I'm glad I'm part of this, but I enjoyed watching y'all and Bruce doing the music ones more.
There is talk that we will be doing a music one soon.
Okay. That'll be on the other channel, right? Because it's not wrestling, can't do that anymore.
It'll still be here.
That's right. That's right.
We'll put it on our calendar. Alright, top 10.
Alright, top 10.
Here we go. November 11th, 1999. The Boss Man takes the Big Show's dad on a wild last ride.
That was wrong. That was wrong. But it was funny.
Great way to disrespect the dead.
It's funny yours. I think Big Show's dad had actually been dead for like 3 years by the time they did
Something like that. Something like that.
You know. Moving on.
Yeah.
That'd be a good book to read. Big Show's book, if he actually wrote one for the book club. If he actually did write one.
He'd have to get one of those like novelty pins that they sell at like Disneyland that are like this big and this fat, so he could grip his paw around it.
I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Number 9, which I think should be in the top 5. November 9th, 1997. Fans, do you know what we're talking about? Do I even have to say it?
If you don't know what November 1997 was, especially after me and Jay talking about it.
What was it?
The Montreal Screwjob at Survivor Series.
Who's involved in that? I forget.
The WWE keeps this under wraps. You know, they talk about Chris Benoit more than they do this event. So, Stat Boy, you need to fill us in on the details. What happened?
Well, apparently, Bret Hart had the belt.
Who's Bret Hart?
He's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
You mean that guy that beat The Miz for the U.S. title? Because that's all I've ever seen of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And he had just signed a 20-year contract with WWE.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is this the same Bret Hart that's the uncle of that girl on SmackDown that farts?
Yeah, the really hot one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think Pretty Girls farted. But there's a
all
rumor.
they do.
But
Jane Silent Bob Strikes Back proved that when girls eat fast food, they do.
Yes.
As
But
documented.
yes. But WCW
W.
gets in Brett's ear and says, hey, why don't you come over with us? And then Vince decides, well, you know what, Brett, I can't really afford to pay you that much money.
Now, Vince meaning Vince Russo.
Yes.
No.
Vince McMahon is enough of a genius that he'd never let a talent like Bret Hart go.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Brett decides, well, I don't want to lose the belt to Shawn. I have creative control.
And by Shawn, we mean Shawn Spears.
Okay, yeah, Shawn
Okay.
Spears.
Okay.
Yeah. Sean O'Hare.
Or
Oh,
Shawn,
ah.
or Shawn Ricker.
Huh?
Well done, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Now,
we're going to spend 20 minutes on number 9 here. I'm throwing that out there.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. We can
Yeah.
we can discuss this till we're blue in the face.
That's right.
Let me go get some face paint.
Yeah, there you go. Montreal Survivor Series comes up.
Of course.
Brett decides, well, let's have a fight, and I lose by DQ, and I'll just...
Schmoz.
A schmoz was the word. I'll lose, and Shawn can have the belt next month. Vince agrees.
Tomorrow
to that.
night on Raw in Ottawa, or whatever it was.
Vince agrees. Brett goes off to get ready for his match. Vince goes to Earl Hebner, and I think even Triple H was involved, and Shawn was involved. He says, you're getting the belt. I do not want Brett to go to WCW with my belt. Now this was before Shawn got all religious. Match goes on. Shawn puts Brett in the sharpshooter. Vince rings the bell. Shawn gets pissed off. Brett's got the dumbfounded look on his face. Shawn grabs the belt, runs off. Brett spits on Vince. We go to the back. Vince locks himself in the locker room, which was the smartest move he could have done. Asks Shawn straight out, did you have anything to do with it?
Brett asked.
Excuse me, Brett. Shawn was on camera audio-wise, but he didn't really get on. He says, I had nothing to do with it. Vince comes in. Brett decks Vince, which was the best thing he could have done, because at least Vince decided to own up to it, and Brett walks away.
Now you gotta keep in mind, when Mikey says we go to the back, the WWF cameras cut off when Shawn went through the curtain.
Yes.
Inside the arena.
Yes.
All this other stuff was documented on Paul J's Hitman Hart Wrestling with Shadows.
Yes.
Except the actual fight between Brett and Vince in the back.
Brett actually told the camera crew, you might want to get out of here.
You might want to leave. And when we came back, Vince kind of ran into my hand. That's all he said.
And he even said, don't look at the camera, don't look at the camera, don't look at the camera.
Yep.
The camera was down low, so you see Vince walking by. Then Owen comes out, he goes, I don't want to be on camera. And Brett's wife at the time,
chewing Hunter out. That was awesome.
Ripped a new one. Kind of busy. I'll call you back in a few minutes. Give me 5 minutes.
That was in the bathroom.
You know.
Who answers their phone during a promo? Jeff gets it. You need to watch that episode.
I think I will.
You watch NWA.
I think I will.
Shout out to Mikey O'Shea for smacking the crap out of
Johnny LaClasso.
For answering a cell phone? I like
no,
that.
Joey Ryan.
Joey answered the cell phone. Joey
LaClasso asked the question.
Who answers the cell phone during a wham? I smacked LaClasso in the back.
But anyway, what was Brett's wife's name? Julie. Julie. Props to Julie Hart for ripping Triple H one. You know, God's gonna come down and punish you. And
yeah, God's doing horrible things to Hunter now. He's freaking ruler of the world.
If I ruled the world.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Anyway, that was Montreal.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
You know what? There needs to be a book or a DVD that chronicles everything that led up to that incident.
Wow, I think I got that DVD for Christmas.
I think it's called Shawn vs. Brett. You can buy that at www.shop.com, Amazon.com, or eBay.com.
I like what he did there. I think it should be top 5.
And DVD of the week will be soon, for sure.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Number 8, June 12th, 2003. Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show, and the ring collapses after a superplex on SmackDown.
The first time, the original. What? Go ahead, Jay.
The Big Show and Mark Henry was the first time that ever happened.
Well, Michael Cole thinks we're a whole bunch of idiots.
Michael Cole was there at ringside when it happened the first time.
Exactly.
And Taz said, "Holy shit" on TV.
Yes, he did.
The two.
You see, you gotta remember, we have brains, okay? We know. We do our homework. We do our hit. Yes?
Yeah. I have a comment to that comment. JJ and I were at Raw in San Diego, and you claiming that wrestling fans have brains. We really should have rolled camera.
The majority of wrestling fans have brains. Yes? 30% of wrestling fans.
No.
Oh, we're the only ones that have brains. Oh, I'm gonna put that in the comment box, folks. I mean, come on.
Oh, shit.
Wrestling fans that do internet shows have brains.
No. Because there's people that run CAW channels that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. Anyway, the ring collapsed, and it was a big moment. But Mark,
is that all we're going to say about that?
Yeah, because we've skewed far enough on that one.
Yeah, we went far off the
What's next?
Number
Before
7.
the bad phone rings again.
Right.
January 19th, 1998, Tyson versus Austin.
Ah, the epic in-ring encounter.
I don't know how your hearing is, but if you like sign language, here's to ya.
Yes. But led to the
Not all that needs to be said, because now one man's in the Hall of Fame, the other one's going in this year.
That's right. All right.
And it was, I think, one of the first major wrestling storylines to get coverage on regular news outlets.
That didn't have to do with a death.
Since the days of Hulkamania, yes, for sure.
And if you don't know the story, or what we're talking about, go back and watch on YouTube the video that they played to chronicle Tyson's WWE career and why he's going to the Hall of Fame. Pretty much says everything in like 2 minutes.
That's right.
Tyson. Number 6, June 11th, 2007, Vince's limo explodes. One of the greatest explosions I've ever seen.
And what could have been a great story that would have been built over a couple weeks and ended, and it didn't happen because of the other
gosh,
thing.
I wonder who.
That should be number 1 for the record.
Really.
To be fair, there was another death that happened prior to that one.
Yes.
I believe it was Sherry.
Right.
And they were going to completely not even acknowledge that on the air for fear of skewing from the explosion angle. But the divas in the back basically said, you acknowledge her, we're not going out there. So they drew up a little picture for her right before the Divas match.
I remember that, yeah.
And still I say.
Then there came the other thing with that guy
from Canada
who was a member of the Horsemen, the Triple Threat, the Revolution, and the Radicals. Held many championships in many federations, but for some reason it doesn't exist anymore. But I have heard that he is a Wolverine, a Canadian crippler, and he is for real.
And I also find it eerily creepy that the roster was dressed in their funeral best on Monday the 25th for Mr. McMahon's funeral.
And I still say that is one of the best. I would compare that explosion to a Hollywood type explosion.
That was a badass explosion.
I'm surprised that there was still anything left of the limousine.
Yeah.
And what was left you could get on www.auction.com.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Signed by Vinnie Mac himself.
That's right.
Because Mr. McMahon died, not Vince.
Number 5, we're in the top 5. July 26, 1998, Sable and the Body Paint Bikini.
Ah, yeah.
Now I know why it's number 5, because, you know, it was a handprint over her tits, so, you know, 5, yeah.
It was one of those little taboo moves.
Was it 5 injections of silicone at each breast?
Ooh, good one.
Oh,
Sable
too
was...
soon?
No, not too soon, actually. Of course it was...
Because we know Brock Lesnar couldn't win 5 UFC titles, let alone 5 UFC matches.
Actually, he did win 5 UFC matches.
Okay.
Yeah, he won 7 of them. There he goes counting again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
Sable and the body paint.
That's why he's Stat Boy and I'm just a fucking Renegade.
Yeah.
I just ring bells.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sable
And you talk after they ring.
And you,
Yeah.
Alright. Number 4. October 17th, 1983. Jimmy Snuka with the splash off the top of the steel cage.
Don Morocco.
Don Morocco.
Really, at the end of the day, that wasn't that OMG of a moment. However, it was an inspirational moment.
Yes.
For Mick
to a
Foley.
number of wrestlers, not just Mick Foley.
Tommy Dreamer said that.
Which is why I think it ended up on the countdown. I mean, they even have said Snuka had left off of cages prior to that.
Bob Backlund among them.
But for some reason, that one leap is, oh my God. If Jimmy had left off of the cage and then gone splat on Hardstyle, that would have been, oh my God.
Oh.
No disrespect to Owen. None whatsoever. But that would have been an oh my God moment. He had left off of cages before. So it wasn't that oh my God, in my opinion. If you disagree.
I agree.
I do.
Okay.
You're speaking volumes. Number 3, November 4th, 1996. Brian Pillman with a gun.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
That should have been number 1 in my opinion.
I've always said that the WWE needs to use a gun in some kind of capacity. In 1996, they proved it.
Than they did later because they used a freaking
the tranquilizer
on Big Show so they could shave him bald.
Yep.
Brian Pillman had finally lost it, you know. He was
What do you mean, finally?
Storyline wise.
Brian was gone for about 2 years before that.
Seriously. Brian Pillman had lost it before he joined WWF.
Yeah. Loose cannon before Horseman.
I think it would have been a little more scarier if he actually fired the gun at Stone Cold.
What?
How do you know he didn't? How do you know?
We don't. Well, we've read the books, but
seriously, the show faded to black and you heard the shots.
Kind of like Dallas.
Who shot Austin? That could have been a good. Who shot Austin? There you go.
Who shot Mr. Burns?
Maggie did.
Maggie had a little crazy. Baby.
Number 2.
Number 2.
March 22nd, 1999. The Beer Bash.
Now, see, here's where I have a problem. The Beer Bash is more of an oh my God moment than Pillman pulling a gun.
Thank you.
That's bullshit. Bullshit.
The Beer Bash and the Milk Bash should be like right next to each other.
And the only reason I had problem with number 1 being number 1, because I remember what number 1 is now that I actually had a chance to think about it. Number 1 over the Pillman pulling the gun, just because number 1 was very much a storyline driven thing. Number 3 is a storyline driven thing, and you didn't actually see anything. Number 1, you're about to say, was literally a what the F, oh my God, holy, all that stuff rolled into one.
June 28th, 1998. As God is my witness, they're right above us, folks, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Do I need to go any further? King of the Ring, Taker throws Foley off the cell.
That is... Okay. And just look at me like pulling a gun is not worse than that. I will grant you pulling a gun is some serious shit. Undertaker took another human being and threw him off a 16-foot high cage.
That one was storyline.
So was the Pillman thing.
Okay. If it had been Mankind falling through the cell, chair collapsing on his face,
well,
that's more oh my God than Undertaker taking him and heaving him off the cell.
I think the whole match is the oh my God moment, if I remember right.
No, I think it was just... No, it was.
It was just.
It was
being
just
thrown
initial
out.
Okay, well,
initial throw.
I disagree then.
The going
to
through
which
the cage
I say
and the
Brian
thumbtacks
Pillman pulling a gun on national television, granted cable television still, but national television is more extreme, more holy shit.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Then.
What do you guys out there in YouTube land think?
Let's make this a comment box explosion. What should have been number 1 if it wasn't that? What's missing from the list?
Yeah. Considering it's just WWE moments, there's not too many I can think of that are missing from the list.
Right.
But if this truly was the 50 greatest oh my God moments of all time, then they need to open this up to other footage that exists in their library.
Yep.
We're talking ECW mass transit incident. We're talking Sid Vicious jumping off the top rope and breaking his leg.
We're talking Greg Valentine destroying Roddy Piper's ear in a dog collar match at Starrcade '83.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We're talking,
all kinds of shit.
The NWO stuff.
We're talking Shane Douglas winning the NWA belt and throwing it down. That was, oh my God.
Yeah. For the whole industry, not just a little niche company.
And they own that footage because that's ECW footage.
Rey Mysterio when it turned into a human torpedo. That could have been...
That wasn't, oh my God.
Well...
That was a beaner flying.
Oh, shit. The attack as a whole.
That was a pinata.
Pinata!
Yeah. Freaking, what's another good one? I'm going to catch somebody.
How about the monster truck incident in WCW when the truck went over the building?
Well, no, that was just Big Show went over the building, not the truck. Hogan pushed the giant off the top of the goal.
There you go.
Yeah. It is. There's so many out there. What do you guys think? Do you think it should have been just WWE? Should it have been wrestling in general? What do you guys think is your number one, your top 10, your top 5, whatever you guys want to throw out there?
And I got a favor to ask.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Somebody, please, take the clip of Undertaker chucking Foley off the cell and edit in the goofy as he falls down and collapses, please, and post that in the video response.
We will download that right now.
And you can even do the Wile E. Coyote falling with the dust bomb at the bottom. That'd even put him.
Nah, it's gotta have the goofy.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, because you work for Disney.
Goofy can be the initial video to throw. The one where they pull back and the whole ring is shown and he's throwing it. Dust cloud Wile E. Coyote.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Make that happen, somebody, please.
We're done. That's the 50 oh my God moment.
Jeff epic episode. Epic rant.
I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
I am Jeff Meacham. I survived my first epic rant with Stat Boy, and I am proud of myself.
I am the Stat Boy. Thank you to my brothers. Get those comments in, and we are out.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from the Casa D18 Studios.
This is James Morgan, NWA and Mach 1 Wrestling Superstar.
This is Chris Masters, the Masterpiece.
This is Downtown Bruno. This is Eric Watts from WWE Tough Enough.
Mikey Nova.
Hey, what's up? This your boy, Sean Black.
This is Jess Bella from Santino Brothers.
Gorgeous Joey Chaos.
Yo, monkeys, it's me, DDP, Diamond Sage, and you are watching Dads on Wrestling.
The Dads on Wrestling.
Dads on Wrestling.
Dads on Wrestling.
On YouTube.
Week on YouTube.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. Now stay tuned or you will feel the bang!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of Dads on Wrestling, episode number 32.
We made it.
We're doing a prediction show today.
Arguably the must-see show of the year, man.
Seriously, I mean,
the must-see B-rated pay-per-view of the year.
Must-see A-rated, because I'm sorry, I'm going to catch shit for this, but WrestleMania sucked.
WrestleMania sucked.
And this year's Money in the Bank looks to top WrestleMania after one match. But before we get into that, I, as always, am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
Renegade. I'm the Lady Killer, Ray Larkin. But you already know that.
And joining us, as always, is Curly.
That's right, Jeff Meacham's Ball. For those of you that miss the pictures on Facebook, the promo with Buggy, although 300 of y'all watched it.
I know. Poor James Morgan
got the shaft.
He's got like 80 views on his promo for us, and Buggy Nova, shout out to the homegirl.
Buggy.
300 and something views on her promo.
Which, granted, not bad to look at, but James Morgan...
She's hot!
She's hot. But James Morgan is the heavyweight champion of our hometown promotion, essentially. Mach 1. So, you know, whatever. Anyway.
But anyways, before we dive into the pay-per-view card, I did not get to do a Renegade this week, so I just want to touch really briefly on the Punk, Cena, Vince promo at the end of
Before you do that, do you mind cutting that fan? That's so loud. There's so much background noise in here.
That's true. We don't want to get any wind in on the episode for you guys. We don't want to disturb you guys.
God forbid. You know, seriously.
Yeah, heaven forbid any wind get in the background and block you from hearing us.
Seriously. I mean, you know.
Well, now we got the light. No more wind. You guys should be...
Oh, now we're getting background music.
Now we got background music in the background. What the hell is up with this? Seriously.
I'm trying to film up in here. Leave me alone. Alright, anyway.
That's the anonymous
See, it has nothing to do with being in Las Vegas. We're in the comforts of my own home.
And we're getting
wind and background noise. So you know what? Fucking deal with it. Anyways, CM Punk, John Cena, and Vince McMahon at the end of Raw.
Yes.
The whole rest of Raw was just forgettable.
It really was.
Even I forgot what happened.
Thank you, Stat Boy, for your 2 cents.
Yeah, Stat Boy. Stat Boy.
But the Vince McMahon, John Cena, CM Punk promo at the very end was very epic to me.
Yes.
You know, Vince McMahon was ready to kiss Punk's ass and give him everything he wanted.
Yep.
And the one thing I want to bring up that I was sitting there just applauding Punk on was not pointing out that Cena's dad and wife were in the crowd.
Yeah, that was
But
bad.
pointing out how Boston is no longer the underdog.
More background noise. Jesus Christ.
The Red Sox, the Celtics, the Bruins, the New England Patriots are all dynasties, and so is Cena. How can Cena figure that he can keep painting himself as an underdog when he, like the rest of his home, is a dynasty?
We know for a fact that CM Punk is the underdog because we all know CM Punk is leaving.
I think Stevie Wonder could clearly see that CM Punk's the fucking underdog in this whole thing. I think it's no doubt that Cena's been given a lot, and there's a lot of guys in the back that are jealous of him. Excuse the background noise.
That's natural too, seriously.
It's a fucking fly. I'm sorry, he's just out of control. We have big mics surrounding us.
Lights everywhere.
Lights everywhere. Director, camera, everything. CM Punk is just running his mouth right now and running his mouth. And you know what? I actually wanted to tell you guys something. That this is going to probably be, once CM Punk bleeds and loses his contract or whatever, or doesn't re-sign, these may be the last day I wear these. Because CM Punk is holding a gun to the WWE's head, and I don't like that.
This won't be the last time I rock my Punk gear. In fact, the only reason I'm not wearing my Punk Nexus shirt right now is because I'm going to be sitting my fat ass on the couch on Sunday, rocking my chain, and my Nexus hat.
I have no...
Saluting CM Punk.
I have no Cena or Nexus gear, so I'm probably just going to wear a Disney shirt.
Fail. The only way that CM Punk is in fact that John Cena, is in fact an underdog, is the fact that the match is taking place in Chicago.
Well, the last time
if CM Punk loses, Chi-Town will riot. Just as bad as whether the Lakers win or lose a championship.
Or draw, for that matter.
Just saying, you know.
You know, as CM Punk said, I just don't believe wrestling is as big as it used to be. It's as good as it is for me, of course, and that's what I'm supposed to tell you, what corporate puts in my brain to tell you. But I just really don't think a bunch of, as someone close to me used to say, fans are going to really jump the scales. Those little Rey Mysterio mask kids aren't going to jump the rails if CM Punk doesn't win. All those
stockholders balls drop over here.
All the C Nation shirts are not going to jump out and riot because they, as well as everybody else, knows that either CM Punk resigns or he goes somewhere else where nobody will notice him. And if you don't believe me, where's Jeff Hardy? You know what? Better yet, look on YouTube, because I don't see him around anymore.
Did you notice how the Boston crowd cheered more for CM Punk than they did for their hometown hero?
You know why
I just want to point this little tidbit out.
Fair enough.
Except for John's wife, she was just kind of sitting there looking.
Yeah, his kayfabe wife was out there. Yeah, we understand that. Clapping like she was paid to do.
Actually, she was just kind of standing there with a deer in the headlights. She looked kind of stupid, I thought.
Yeah.
That was just me.
Yeah. But anyways, CM Punk mouthing off. You know what CM Punk is? He's you. He's the internet fan. And that's why everybody loves him, because he just likes to jump on his soapbox. Not under the influence of alcohol. Not under the influence of... Yeah.
You might not want to diss the internet fans too much because, you know, they use the internet to watch our show, man. Just throwing that out there.
I'm sorry, we're going to get 47 comments about the win? So what, you guys don't give a fuck what I say. There's already 3 girls already messaging me saying that they wish that I have my shirt off when I'm fucking doing this show. So, I mean, I don't really care.
Hogan!
Yeah, cheering Hogan, whatever, doing push-ups and sit-ups. Stab Boy, put your hand down.
Why don't you give them what...
silly, Stab Boy.
Why don't you give them what they want if you've got a fan?
Well, I'm here with 2 dudes, including you, Stab Boy. So let's just say this. I don't know why. Come on. So
let's just get on to...
Let's bullet through Money in the Bank, please.
Money in the Bank.
Technology at its finest, man. I've got the card on my phone here.
Is that your iPad like Michael Cole used to have? Is that an iPhone?
No, it's my iPad, you know.
Yeah, okay, alright.
Mark Henry versus The Big Show.
Okay, so now the next match coming up.
The Divas Championship, Kelly versus Brie Bella.
Now the Money in the Bank. Let's go to the
SmackDown. SmackDown's Money in the Bank match. Cody Rhodes versus Bryan Danielson versus Heath Slater versus Justin Gabriel versus Kane versus Sheamus versus Sin Cara versus Wade Barrett.
Now let's just go with the main one that we would like to see win, instead of going through people that we know damn well
I'm gonna say it like this: my heart is pulling for Bryan Danielson. Yes. But if I am betting money on this match, I'm betting money on Sheamus.
So Sheamus to win.
Sheamus has been the one that has been pushed as the legit threat over the last few weeks. The one with the big, ginger chip on his shoulder. I can't talk because I don't have ginger. I have ginger hair. I just have no hair.
You got ginger in your mustache.
Yeah, that'll be shaved by tonight. Unfortunately.
Clearly.
But anyway, I gotta go with Sheamus too. Trust me, nobody wants to see Bryan Danielson not only win Money in the Bank, but cash in on Punk and let them tear it up for 20 minutes to a half hour at the end of the night. But I gotta keep it real.
Let's be real. They're all gonna be fucking laid out in the ring for like 9 minutes, and there's gonna be 2 guys at a time jumping up for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
That'll be all the guys, 9, whatever, how many ever there are in there, just laid on the ground, 2 guys
We've
at a time.
We've all seen a Money in the Bank match live, so we know that is what happened.
So what I'm hoping.
Well, no, but now I believe there are only 5 in the first one because we didn't see one guy in the first one.
So what I'm just hoping is that Cody Rhodes can fucking climb that ladder.
Is that who you're betting on, or is that who you're
He's real! He's real!
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. His ghost is actually here with us.
That's right.
Hide your kids, hide your wives. So what
That boy is actually in the crippler crossface as we film this.
That's right. Yeah, he's in the position right now. Yeah.
So the fact that he can hold the camera is freaking gold.
In closing, Cody Rhodes, I'm hoping he can just slide up there or climb up there real quick, snatch it, and then have that power throughout the air with it.
But my question is that who your heart is telling you?
Heart and soul.
Or is Cody Rhodes who you would put money on in Vegas? Were you allowed to bet on wrestling to win this?
I would put money on Cody Rhodes.
Okay, right. So 2 for Sheamus and 1 for Cody.
The flip
what about me?
Who you got, Stat Boy?
I'm making it a draw and saying Sheamus, so it's 2 and 2.
That's 3 and 1.
It's 3 and 1, dude.
I must be
Stat Boy, ladies and gentlemen.
Stat Boy is
Stat Boy at his finest.
Yeah.
I think he inhaled some of Drunk Jeff's breath.
Yeah,
and next
thank
will bring
you.
us to the
Money in the Bank ladder match. Alberto Del Rio versus Alex Riley versus Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston versus The Miz versus Rey Mysterio versus R-Truth. Now,
based on the fact that a heel is going to win this SmackDown Money in the Bank, I'm going to go with the babyface. Granted, you and I both want to see The Miz get that briefcase one more time and cash in on unsuspecting fill in the blank here. However, there's one guy in this match who has been oh so close to that brass ring that Punk has talked about the last few weeks.
The imaginary
but has never grabbed it, run with it, and be the world champion, in my opinion, and that is Kofi Kingston. And I think that Kofi will be the guy. Everybody's saying, Alberto. Alberto already has a shot. Alberto...
Assuming that they don't sweep that under the rug.
And honestly, even if they do, we've all been hearing about Cena Alberto for SummerSlam. What happened to that? Are we not going to see that now? Is Cena's firing going to take place for a month? It all, like I said, must-see TV.
If I'm going for a babyface to win, as much as I hate to utter his name, it's going to be Rey Mysterio.
Oh, gag.
I know there's a lot of Mysterio fans out there in the C Nation, but Rey Mysterio will get that briefcase. But I think they have built The Miz up to the point where nobody will expect him to become a 2-time winner.
Which is the reason to do it, exactly.
Because 2 heels won it last year. Kane was still heel when he won and cashed it on Rey. And The Miz won it.
Not true. Yes. Kane was babyface. He had not officially turned heel until SummerSlam. Kane was just trying to avenge his brother.
But everyone knew it was Kane.
We all knew it was Kane, but
so
he was
still kind of he was neutral.
The question is, who cared at that time?
This is true. Ray?
Who's your pick for Raw?
Clearly it would be Del Rio, but I'm going to agree actually with you on one thing. If you look at the fucking side of the entrance when Rey Mysterio's music hits, how many kids rush up with that fucking $60 mask? By the way, parents, whoever bought your kids that mask, thank you very much. So when Rey makes out with those little boys, head by head, every one of them, you don't think eventually he's due for a victory? especially with his DVD coming out, which you could buy on Shop Zone.
To be fair, Ray's making Little Boys because Ray is Little Boy. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Ray's freaking 12 years old, going on 14. You know,
I'm saying Ray or Del Rio. Ray or Del Rio.
Okay.
Kofi.
But you already know that.
Orton versus Christian for the World Heavyweight title.
Do we have to care?
SmackDown. We'll see it 4 straight weeks on SmackDown.
I'd actually rather talk about the Divas match over this one.
Seriously, I don't even care anymore.
Really, I love Christian, but I'm at the point where I don't care. Randy's going to retain.
The only way I will care is if Christian somehow wins the championship. If Christian wins the championship back as a heel, I'll be digging life.
Although the stipulation is that if Randy gets DQ'd or the ref makes a bad call, Christian will get handed the belt. So this is almost like how Dolph ended up getting the world title to begin with.
Yeah,
because Edge used the spear, got DQ'd, Dolph became champion for a week.
Yep.
Are you guys gonna buy a Kill the Switch shirt? Or are you gonna buy an Apex Predator shirt?
I think the Kill the Switch shirt is the worst shirt they've ever designed.
Exactly. So.
And I'm a Christian fan. I am a peep. I see you, Christian. I'm looking.
There you have it.
Yes, Mikey.
He's telling us we've got 1 minute. We still got the main event, so we're going to have to go just a little bit over on this one.
A little bit. That's okay.
Main event: John Cena versus CM Punk. If CM Punk wins, Cena's fired. So
if you only knew.
I am going to go with CM Punk.
As am I.
Oh no.
Stocks are going to plummet. John Cena's got to win. Stocks are down.
Well, you know, like I said.
No, actually, they're at $9.95 a share.
Yeah, I know. I know Stat. Stocks are up because Cena won. I know what I'm talking about.
Honestly,
just run camera. Just run camera.
Wow.
Smile and run camera.
Honestly, the only reason I'd want to see Punk win at this point, not to get the belt off Cena, not to have Cena fired, just so they redesign that goddamn belt.
Seriously, it needs a revamp. That belt has been running since 2005. It's been around for 6 years, except for the little bit of time when it was the rated R spinner. It's due for a revamp.
Granted, every time somebody buys one of those, it's a share of $400 in this guy's pocket.
You think I'm gonna argue with you?
People are still gonna buy belt replicas regardless of what it looks like, because you got guys like this guy right here who wants a replica of every single world championship that was ever made
in the last 20 years.
Oh,
from
fair
the
enough.
NWA to the AWA to the WWF, he's got the Wind Eagle, he's got the Big Eagle. That's all money in your pocket, and
clearly,
a lot of people have already bought the spinner belt. So it's time to put a new one on the market that'll put $300 more in your pocket.
I appreciate that for the ones who are going to go, especially X Hardy. I know you're going to be there with all your fucking belts, and I know you're going to have the new one. I actually have a story you guys not even close to knowing about. I went to pick up my friend from the Las Vegas airport a couple of days ago, and guess who I run into? I run into the Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena.
Nice.
I had to make a shot. I had to light a firecracker because you know me. And let me tell you guys something. John Cena, you know, I want to continue the story, but I know we're kind of on a little, like, quick thing. I want to tell everybody what I said to him, and I talked. I didn't just ask for a photo. I spoke to Cena, and what he told me. But we're gonna save that for the next Dads on Wrestling episode. We're gonna and I'll just say this: some of it was good, some of it really broke my fucking heart. But I guess you guys will just have to tune into next week's episode and give this fucking episode 1,000 views if you wanted me to tell the John Cena story for the next episode. Make sure it gets to 1,000.
1,000 views or no story.
Get us to 1,000, and I'll fucking tell the story. And I'm not gonna kayfabe it. I'm not gonna say what corporate told him this or whatever. He spoke to me just like John Cena to the Lady Killer Ray Lark, just two men just shooting the breeze. Right after I told him he was about to walk away from me, I said, "I'm a stockholder." He turned around and he spoke to me.
I think we're in trouble, dude.
So, you heard the man, 1,000 views. There is no Dads on Wrestling in the can for next week yet. So, y'all give us 1,000 views, we will dish the dirt. I'm the Renegade.
I'm Mr. TW. He's the Lady Killer stockholder.
Ray Larkin. See you next time, episode 33.